Good morning, YouTube. How are you? Welcome to another Sunday of Cruise Chat Live. We are live on TikTok. We're live on YouTube. Welcome to the show. If you guys have never joined us before, I'm Walter. Got my wife Rebecca sitting right off camera over here, and we spend an hour talking cruising and really all things travel, but mainly cruising. So how's everybody doing out there? And if you have any questions at all about cruising, and in particular, if you have questions about Princess Cruises, the Sky Princess in particular, we literally just got off the ship yesterday, had a fabulous week on the Sky Princess. It was amazing. Good morning, Double Nickel Gal. How are you? Good morning, Nikki Hoff. How are you? The cruise was amazing. It was truly amazing. We really just had one hiccup the entire week, and that was dinner in Sabatini's, which I'll talk about a little bit, and I do have a video coming from it. But the best thing about the Sky Princess was we got to meet Bill and Stacy Cass. They are two of our clients, and Stacy's one of my first TikTok followers. She's been around for a long time, so it was a pleasure to finally say hello and meet them face to face, and just it's just so exciting when I get to meet you all. So user 1830 something, how was the entertainment and the shows? Actually really good. The entertainment and shows on Princess in general, I think, are one of the most underrated things about all of Princess Cruises, and they were really good. So there were 3 original shows. One was kind of like a take on Ready Player One. It was a very modern for Princess. Then we had the rock opera. That was a lot of fun. And then the last one was called the Spotlight Bar. That was actually really cool. We thought it was going to be kind of like Choir of Man, but it was really different. It was a great spotlight show, and it blows me away that this one cast can learn all the choreography and all the songs for 3 complete original shows on the stage. So the entertainment and the shows that you asked about, they were absolutely fantastic.
We didn't make it to, so much of it. There was a mentalist, there was a comedian, and then the tenor who was in rock opera, the guest tenor, also had a show. And we missed all of that.
We missed all of that. So good. Oh, I see a bunch of other folks coming on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So I've got my new Princess mug here, and I love the back of it. I know this is going to be backwards to all of you, but it says to travel is to live. I think that's a great mantra to follow. And I got a really cool, I got another one of my silly ship souvenirs. Dun, dun, dun. Everybody do it with me. Love, exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you. The love boat. Oh, yeah. Anyways. Yes, I got another inflatable ship. This looks absolutely nothing like any Princess ship I've ever seen. But there you go. I got another inflatable ship to go with the Celebrity ship and the Norwegian ship. I cannot pass up silly souvenirs. So this is what I live for. I look for plushies. I look for inflatables. So yeah, so this is my jam on any cruise, is to find the most silly, ridiculous souvenirs from a ship. Pool. Show them. Oh yeah, look at the pool. So this, my friends, this is an Olympic-sized pool. Maybe 2 Olympic pools. I don't know. This is a massive swimming pool. I want to see. I want to know where this is. Because Princess, you seem to be lying. I want this. So, yeah.
Although they do have pretty nice sized pools.
They actually had beautiful pools. Sky Princess was amazing. Yeah, absolutely amazing. And then of course they had the adult pool up in the front. That was really nice as well. So,
oh yeah, Lego cruise ship model. That'd be fun.
well, you know what? I see Gary Bembridge is on the Holland America, Oosterdam. I'm not sure which. They have a Lego model of the ship sitting on the ship. So, yeah, and by the way, you can buy the Titanic. The Titanic comes in like 20 packages or something like that. So yes, you can buy the Titanic. Titanic is one of the largest models I think they've made to date. Over on YouTube, oh, Paul, good morning, Paul. How are you? Paul makes a great comment. He said this is the actual size of the pool on Virgin Voyages. He's not incorrect about that, honestly. The pool is a little bit bigger than that on Virgin Voyages, but not much. That's a very good point, Paul. So Virgin Voyages has an amazing ship. We're going back on the Scarlet Lady April 9th, but
35 days.
They do have a very small pool on there. Cindy, 28 days from your cruise. You started packing now. That's how we do it. We pack 28 days out. Why not? Did I get a Stanley Bear? No, I don't like Stanley Bear. He scares me.
They had this unicorn Stanley Bear, which was very scary.
They had a unicorn. Stanley Bear wearing a unicorn. That was really scary. Country Girl, what are the odds of a cruise ship crashing like the Titanic? You have a really big fear of that. Slim to none these days. Because
0.0000001%.
Basically, like some of the ships have actually hit some small icebergs up in Alaska. I mean, Norwegian hit one this past season. They're called growlers, so they're about the size of a small car is what they're hitting, but they're going so slow that it kind of rolls off the side of a ship. So the odds of something like that actually happening again with all of the modern technology. Really, the biggest fear on a cruise ship today would be a rogue wave. A rogue wave hitting the ship. And even there, it's going to hit the ship. It's going to wobble a little bit, and then it's going to come back. Now, unfortunately, on a Viking ship down in Antarctica, there was a rogue wave that broke some windows. And unfortunately, one passenger did die from that. That's probably the biggest fear that you might have on a cruise ship today would be a rogue wave. So, yeah. Can I share my review on the Norwegian Escape? Family of 4, kids are age 8 and 4. That's a great question. Joseph, how are you? Good morning, Joseph. Good to see you over on TikTok side. And again, we are on YouTube. We are on TikTok. If you've got questions over on the YouTube side, feel free to drop them in. I will get to the question as quickly as possible.
And before you share your thoughts on the Escape, look at the comment right below that.
Yeah, I think, Gary, yeah. That's good. That's nice, Gary.
Hope you broke it in the right spot.
Exactly. Hope you were historically accurate. The Norwegian Escape is a great ship. Family age 8 and 4.
They have a nice kind of kids pool area.
Yeah, they got a great kids pool area. They've got really good water slides, ropes course. Well, the 4-year-old probably can't do the ropes course. The 8-year-old might be able to do the ropes course. I don't know what the height limit's going to be. Miniature golf is on there as well.
It's a pretty golf.
So it's extremely family friendly on the Norwegian Escape for sure. And yeah, I mean, based on the activities on there. Now, I will say that the main dining room is, it's okay. The included food is okay. The specialty dining is definitely better. But, for the kids aren't going to care. They really aren't going to care. So I think Norwegian Escape is a good ship for families. We loved it. We like the waterfront area. It's where it's down like on deck 7 or whatever. It's really, really nice. That's where we like to kind of hang out. It's down on the waterfront area. So, yeah, in fact, I have a little plushy Escape sitting back here behind me. So we really like that ship. It's a great ship, a good family ship. It just depends, look at the activities and make sure those are activities that your kids are going to want to do if you're going on the Escape. That would be my only thing. And I see on TikTok, I've already got like 10, 15 questions going on. So just bear with me. I will get to them. So what happened to Stanley? I'm not a big fan of the bear. How was the inside? Now, that's a great question. This was our very first time in an interior cabin. We've been cruising almost 20 years, and we've always had balconies. We've never had an interior. And we said, you know what? We've got to start trying out all of these other classes of cabin. It was great. Now, on Princess, what our clients, Bill and Stacy had a balcony cabin. We had an interior. the cabin itself was almost the same size. The balcony cabin was definitely longer, but not by a whole lot. Rebecca just said our cabin was between 158 and 162 square feet. It was very well laid out in that when you first walked in, and I've got a cabin tour coming. I just need to get it edited and up there. It's a quickie. But when you first walk in, the bathroom and the closet are right there, and they set up the wall in such a way that the closet and bathroom are kind of separated from the bedroom area.
Which is typical of all princess cabins.
Yeah, that's how Princess sets it up. So it wasn't like just one big studio cabin. It actually had a little separation to it. So you kind of had a bedroom, and then you had the closet wardrobe area, which was really nice. And we were blown away. And, you know, like what we always say, we had the bridge cam on, so at least we had a window outside, except the bridge cam only worked about half the cruise. So that was kind of funny. Yeah, so the bridge cam kept going out. But, you know, when the bridge cam worked, it truly was. It was like we had a window looking outside. And actually, it was a big window because it was like, you know, a 40-inch screen. So that actually worked out really, really nice. So if you are claustrophobic, you are definitely going to want to have a cabin that has at least a window looking outside. Certainly, you can get one with a balcony as well. Paul on YouTube is saying he loved the solo cabins on the Valiant Lady and the Odyssey of the Seas. Nice. Not all solo cabins are interior, and that is absolutely true. In fact, on the Celebrity Edge series, they have solo balconies.
Infinite balconies.
They're infinite balconies. So yeah, so if you want a balcony as solo travel, you can go on to the Celebrity Edge series. So yeah. Hey Joe, how are you? But yes, in terms of being claustrophobic, you're definitely going to want to have an ocean view, so at least you can look outside. And if you can get a balcony, that's going to be even better, so you can just step out and get some fresh air. Or if you have the infinite balcony, you can lower the window and get some fresh air. So that'll be great. Can I speak to solo cruising? Well, Paul actually answered a little bit of that over here. But so Norwegian really got the ball rolling on the solo traveling. So Norwegian has your studio cabin, they have studio lounge. Virgin Voyages has solo insiders, they have solo ocean view. Like I just said, Celebrity has the infinite balcony, specifically for solo travelers. And then MSC has been running really good solo supplement deals right now, up to 80% of a single solo supplement, which means instead of paying 200% for any cabin on a ship, you would just pay your fare plus about 20% as if there was somebody else there. So those are really the cruise lines that you kind of want to look at. You know, with most cruise lines, if you try to book any cabin at all, they are going to charge you for that second person. You know, you're going to have to pay that 200% fee. And yeah, that's not fun for anybody unless there's a very specific cruise that you want to go on. And then there's cruise lines like Princess, who doesn't really advertise that they might have a single supplement running. Or no single supplement running, but I go to book a solo person and suddenly there's no extra charge on there. So
occasionally, not every time.
Yeah, not every time. So sometimes there's things like that pop up and I don't even know, I'm not aware of it until I actually go to book it. So if you are a solo traveler, certainly follow our dear friend Stephanie on the Sean and Steph channel. That's SeanStef as in Frank, Sean and Steph channel. Stephanie unfortunately lost Sean 2 years ago, and she has picked up and kept on going as a solo traveler. She's amazing, and now that is her whole YouTube channel is leaned into traveling as a solo female. So I strongly encourage you to check out that channel. She is amazing. Yeah, Paul is saying that, Paul on YouTube, he's saying that Virgin has a lot of solo events. Almost every cruise line has like mix and mingles and things going like that.
They had one every day on Princess.
Yeah, every single day on Princess they had one. And of course, you know, get involved with like arts and crafts and events and dance classes and things like that. That's Trivia. A great way to start meeting with other people. Debbie, cruise line with the best food. That's easy. Best overall food. Virgin Voyages, hands down, best food, any cruise line right now. Princess, really, really impressive. Best main dining room that we've been to since the restart, hands down. Like in terms of main dining room. And overall, other than an issue with Sabatini's, the food was really, really good on Princess. Celebrity has really, really good food as well. And then Norwegian has amazing specialty dining. I really, really like the Norwegian specialty dining. So if you're just looking for the best food overall, that's Virgin Voyages. Easy. Real John, tell everyone about your $200 2-week Hawaii cruise. Yeah, so John got a casino offer. And so if you play in the casino, which I know nothing about, kind of funny, I used to work for the world's largest casino, and I don't gamble, and I definitely don't gamble on any of the cruise ship because the odds are just not in my favor. But they literally gave him an offer for interior cabin for $200 for a 15-day Hawaiian cruise. So he's going to leave from LA, does like 4 days out to Hawaii, does a Hawaiian Island, 5 days back to Ensenada, and then back to LA. And that was through a casino deal. It was amazing.
And Bill got an interior. I don't know what the price was, but he got an interior cabin offer through the casino.
There you go.
While he was on the ship.
Yeah. So if you do the casino deal, then that's the biggest thing really that a lot of people get from the casino is they'll get free or really, really reduced cruises. So yeah. Somebody's going on a 15-day cruise. And again, if you've got questions stacked up, just give me a few minutes to get to them. I've got, looks like 20 questions now waiting for me. So just bear with me as I get through them over on the TikTok side. You're going on a 15-day cruise. Any tips on packing for a longer cruise? You don't need as many clothes as you think. I will say that.
And this does depend on what cruise line, because some of them, like Princess, they have laundry facilities that you can do your own laundry. I mean, you can always get it sent out to be done, but there was one right down the hall from us.
Yeah, so if you want to do your own laundry, like on turnaround day or like in the middle of a cruise, you can do that. Or very often on those longer cruises too, they'll have an offer where anything you can fit in the bag is this much money. So you could always take advantage of that too. So you don't necessarily have to pack for 15 days. You can pack more like for 7 or 8. And then just do some laundry in the middle of the cruise. I mean, who cares if you wear the same clothes over? It really doesn't matter. Earth Angels Starseed. That is a cool name. Question: Princess Cruise Line, Royal Princess. How is that ship?
That's the original of the.
Yeah, that's the original of the Royal class. So we were on the Sky Princess. So Sky Princess is one of the newest ones. She's also the Royal class. I believe she's slightly larger and she's got a few more things on it. I can tell you, based on the Sky Princess, we love that class of ship. Absolutely phenomenal. Alfredo's Pizza was awesome. The service was great. What the Sky Princess did for us, it reminded us of why we love Princess so much. The service is just top notch. And it was in the buffet that we really noticed the difference. So since the restart, we've been on Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, Virgin Voyages, and now Princess. So
Carnival.
And Carnival. So we've been on, 5 different cruise lines since the restart. And it was the buffet where the difference was plain as day. Not to say the other cruise lines, dropped the ball or anything, except for Carnival. Carnival, that was where it was painful how much they were missing on the food and beverage side. There's just not enough staff on that ship. But in the buffet, what we noticed was as soon as we sat down, there was somebody right on it. Can I get you some water, some coffee, some tea? As soon as people got up, within 2 minutes, everything was being bussed out. They kept stopping by during our meal. Can we get you some more coffee, some more tea, some more water? They were assisting people who maybe needed some help, or maybe they had an extra plate, assisting people, bringing them over. So the service was over the top on Princess all the way through. And it really was. It really did remind us of why we love Princess so much.
And even when we did have our issue with Sabatini's, the service
they took care of it.
Yeah. It was amazing.
They took care of it. And I, with so many questions going, I don't know if I'll have time for the full story, but I'm doing an episode on it. Good morning, Danielle. Good morning, Joseph. What's the likelihood of winning a cabin bid? Just depends on how many people bid, how many cabins there are,
and what you bid,
and what you bid.
Whatever was bid.
So yeah, basically. Double nickel gal, interior cabin savings equal more cruises. That is true. And more cruises is a good thing. In fact, Stacy got me this. I know it's backwards. It says Cruise Junkie. And on YouTube, it is the right way. Cruise Junkie. Stacy got me that on the ship. It's so fabulous. For those of you who just joined in, this is my newest inflatable ship. It's a Princess ship. It doesn't look like any Princess ship out there, but there it is. But yeah. Joe, you and your girlfriend really want to go on a cruise. Do we need a passport? Great question, Joe. For about 95% of all cruises that leave out of the United States, the answer is no, unless you're going on Virgin Voyages. Virgin Voyages requires a passport for all passengers. Okay, you must have a passport. Otherwise, there are some specific cruises down in the Panama Canal region that do require a passport. And some places like, I believe, Martinique, you might need a passport to get off the ship, but you don't need it to take the cruise. But for 95% of cruises that are closed loop out of the United States, you do not need to have a passport. Feel free to reach out, Joe. Be happy to find a cruise for you if you'd like. Do I think Uber will be able to handle two suitcases to carry it? Well, you can order an Uber that's a larger vehicle. So
Like
just get a big SUV. Uber X, yeah. 3 weeks until a cruise. Pilot Evan, you had issues at Sabatini's too, yeah. Somebody just booked a cruise with Norwegian. You leave in 20 days. Fantastic. Yeah, the Princess Laundry is awesome.
And if you even if you're on a shorter cruise, you can go and use they have an iron in there. So if you just need to iron a shirt real quick.
Yeah, or just get the wrinkle relaxer too.
Well, yeah. But
somebody just booked a cruise on the NGL Prima. How is that ship? So we have not been on the ship yet. However, I know both Ben and David have been on there. Stephanie is going on there. I can't remember if Steph is going on there or not.
I think that got canceled.
I think it got canceled. She's doing the Hawaiian thing. But I believe Ben and David were on the ship. They really, really liked it. So you might want to check that. I really want to go on the Prima. It looks like what they attempted to do was originally the Prima class was going to be basically an all Haven ship. Like the whole ship was going to kind of have all these Haven features in it. And then they're like, no, we'll make it more of a general ship. So it's kind of like somewhere in between. It looks gorgeous. It's got a massive Food Republic, which is our favorite restaurant. So to me, it's going to be fun.
I do find it odd that their main dining room, it's the exact same menu every single night.
Yeah, it is interesting. So they're really
an odd choice to me.
Well, not really, because they want you to go spend money on the specialty because they know that the specialty dining is better than the main dining room anyway. But like on Princess, it was a different menu every single night. On Royal Caribbean, different menu every night. Carnival, different menu every single night. Prima's like, we're going to have one menu because you're going to want to go eat somewhere else by the second day. Joe, you and your girlfriend on the Wish. Yeah, we have some folks on the Wish. That is an amazing ship. So yeah, give us a call, Joe. Plus, of course, you got the Dream, you got the Fantasy, you got all kinds of ships going out now. Somebody has 208 days to the Mediterranean cruise, but who's counting, right? I will talk about the Sabatini experience momentarily. I will tell the story. Good morning, Maureen from Charleston. Your Carrie is on the Carnival Celebration, September 17th. We have not sailed the Celebration, but we have been on the Mardi Gras, and the Mardi Gras was a fantastic experience.
That's a sister ship.
Absolutely fantastic. Shack's Chicken is addictive. You got to be very, very careful with Shack's Chicken. Main dining room, the Chibang, stay on the Asian side of the menu, and the Italian restaurant, not bad. Pizza, phenomenal. Guy's Pig and Anchor, we had a 50-50 split. We had a good meal, bad meal. Overall, the ship is beautiful, great pools, lots of room. The only downside is how they set up the theater. I forget what they call it on the Celebration. They call it the Grand Central on the Mardi Gras. But that secondary big performance space, the seating is not set up very well. So if you really want a good seat for those shows, you got to show up about an hour and a half, 2 hours early, unfortunately. But great ship, great ship. If someone has junk food, if someone has special needs for what they can eat, will the chefs accommodate them? Up to a point, yeah.
The ships, the best they can.
The ships do really, really well with that. Now, if it's like a major allergy, major food concern, there is a special needs form that every cruise line has, and part of it is dietary restriction. So you should fill that out at least 45 days before the cruise, that the cruise line knows what's coming. And then once you're on the ship itself, within reason, they will definitely help. They will do everything they can to try to.
Quite often in the main dining room, if you talk to your waiter or the head maitre d' of the particular dining room, they can help you pick out for the next day what they can make that can be modified to suit your needs.
Yeah, exactly.
And just choose the day before. And if you give them notice, they can do a lot.
And one of the things that was really impressive to us with Princess was the signage in the buffet. Not only said, vegetarian friendly, but it would say something like gluten-free, wheat-free, no meat product, like something that like sometimes you see peas and it's like, oh, they put ham in it, but you don't realize it. But they very clearly label a lot of stuff that was very helpful for those with dietary needs. Sammy, can a couple get married at a port destination even if they don't want to get a marriage license? To my knowledge, no. You have to have a marriage license from the destination.
It just depends on the laws of the country you're in.
Yeah. And the cruise line has wedding experts, if you will, with each cruise line. So we can coordinate with them, and you just tell us, well, which destination do you want to get married at? And we can coordinate with the cruise line and say, what do we need? And then you'd find out. So Andrew Selsky is asking, hey, Andrew, how are you? Good to see you. How was our missed port day, and what did we do? We just hung out on the ship. So there were 30-plus knot winds the day we were supposed to come into Costa Maya, which was our last stop, actually. And that port is notorious for not being protected at all. It doesn't have a breakwater. It has no protection at all. So with 30-plus knot winds, a ship trying to come in, good chance the ship was going to crash into the pier just because with that much wind pushing against the ship. So they opted not to even go in. We just hung out on the ship. What happens on the ship, they have one schedule, for the day. And then the moment the captain makes that announcement, they come out with a whole new schedule. So now it flips right over to a sea day. So they had all kinds of extra trivia going on, games, this, that, and the other. I think we did some trivia. I did some filming. I actually worked that day. I spent about 3 days at a cruise actually working. I booked cruises. I was researching cruises and stuff like that. What is my job in the cruise line? I am a travel agent. So if any of you are looking for travel advice, or you need somebody to help you book travel, just reach out to me. So that's what I do.
He doesn't actually work for a cruise
line. I don't work for any cruise line. I am an independent travel agent. Passport book versus a passport card. Should we take both? You don't need both. You just need one or the other.
I would take the book because that's what you'll need if you have to be evacuated on the ship and fly home. The passport card won't do you much good then.
Yeah, so the passport book is the good one.
And take some sort of government photo ID, because when you get off the ship, 90% of the ports, you aren't going to need your passport. You just need a photo ID. There are some, and your cruise line will let you know in their daily letter if you have to take your passport with you. But in general, in the Caribbean anyway, you don't.
Yeah, you just need and you always need that photo ID because you might need it to get back into the port area. Somebody's watching me on YouTube, and then I pop up on TikTok. It's funny, most people know me for TikTok, actually, because I've got a larger audience over here. You just booked on a Carnival Miracle. Fantastic. You will have an awesome time. Hey, Christy, how are you? Tammy, you prefer the Crown Grill over Sabatini's. That's a really, okay, so I'm going to talk about, folks, just take a little breather here. I'm going to tell you the Sabatini story and the Crown Grill story, and I'll make it as quick as I can so I can get back to your question. But we didn't even want to go on the Crown Grill on Sky Princess because we thought it was underwhelming on the Crown Princess. Thankfully, Bill and Stacy, who we were traveling with, they wanted to go to the Crown Grill. And I'm really glad they did because it was the best meal we had on the entire ship. It was amazing, so good. And how we even ended up going there was because of a Sabatini's deal. So the first half of Sabatini's was fantastic. First of all, it's a gorgeous venue. If you've ever been to Sabatini's on any under Royal class ship, it looks totally different on the Royal class ship, at least on the Sky Princess. It was absolutely gorgeous. First half of the meal was fantastic. The second half of the meal, it kind of fell apart. The whole meal took almost 3.5 hours, which it shouldn't have. It should have taken about 2 to 2.5 hours, maybe. And starting with the pasta course, I noticed that like half of my pasta was almost dried out. But fortunately, I had a lot of sauce, so I was able to mix all that in. And I was like, okay, this is fine. The sauce still tastes good. It's a pasta carbonara. I'm not that upset with it. I'll keep eating this. But then it took almost 45 minutes for the main course to come out from there. And it was a chicken scallopini. And I mean, it was so watered down, so tasteless. It really wasn't good. And, I do a TikTok and I have a YouTube that says, if you don't like something, send it back. Well, at that point, we're already over the 3-hour mark. And I just didn't care. I'm like, I don't care. I just want to get out of here. I just want to leave this. I don't want this. I don't even want anything else. And one of our party actually left. As soon as he finished his entree, he just left. He's like, I can't stay here any longer. I got to leave. And I didn't blame him. And so it was just not a great meal. And what was very interesting on the way out, the dining captain had a bunch of people there. So I'm like, I'll talk to somebody else another day. Well, because we're wearing these medallions, the Princess does these ocean medallions now, so they know where we are on the ship. They can literally find us anywhere on the ship, which some people don't like. This is a really cool example of why it's so good. The main manager of Sabatini's and Crown Grill found me the next night sitting in the main dining room. He actually came right over. I could see him coming, but I had no idea. Came right over to me. and sat with me for a good 5 minutes or so discussing that dinner at the Sabatini's, and he wanted us to come back to Sabatini's to give it a second chance. He said, "Look, I want to give you dinner. It's on me. That's perfectly fine." And we said, "No, we really don't want to go back there." Excuse me. But and then he said, "How about the Crown Grill?" He said, "I'm also the manager at the Crown Grill." And we were like, "Okay, yeah, maybe, sure."
Well, we had already had it booked by then because
Yeah.
Bill and Stacy wanted to.
Mm-hmm. So we had booked it for our friends Bill and Stacy. And I did say, "Well, we're going at about 9 o'clock." He's like, "Well, what time do you want to go?" And I said, "More like 5:30, 5:45." He said, "No problem." So he actually rearranged our appointment. And not only did he do that, but then he kept following up the rest of the week. Like, obviously, he was at the Crown Grill when we showed up for dinner. He made sure he actually brought the chef out, introduced the chef to us, all of that. And then for like the next couple of days, he saw us in the buffet. He saw us in the hallway, kept stopping us. "Is everything good? Is there anything else I can do to make your week better?" And I was just so impressed with that it's like, okay, so Sabatini's kind of fell apart a little bit, but that was service above and beyond. So instead of just saying, "Okay, I'm going to comp your meal at Sabatini's," it was, can I bring you back, or can I take you to another restaurant? And I thought that was really cool.
When we were in the Crown Grill, he found us, and he also offered us dinner at Bistro sur la Mer, which by that point, specialty restaurants are big meals, and I was kind of done with big meals. So
I would have gone to Bistro sur la Mer, but Rebecca was kind of done with the big meals by then. So next time we'll go to Bistro sur la Mer. So and I see some folks are asking the same question multiple times. Just give me a few minutes to get down through. I apologize, trying to get through it there. Hey, Aaron is over on the YouTube channel real quick. "Did I like the buffet food on Princess? He sailed Royal Caribbean 2019 and it was the best buffet compared to Carnival and Royal." That's a great question, Aaron. The buffet on Princess blows away Royal Caribbean and especially Carnival. Carnival was like the worst buffet that I've seen in a long time. It was the one that was on the
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. That was a terrible buffet. But Princess Buffet, the Royal Caribbean was the best one since the restart. Excuse me. And Princess Buffet was just so much better. Now, breakfast is repetitive, but lunch and dinner, really, really good lunch and dinner. Hey, Heather, how are you over on the YouTube channel? Good to see you.
From my perspective, there were two things that Royal did better than Princess. Princess was definitely better overall, but Royal did their vegetarian congee better, and their smoked salmon was better.
Nice.
But other than that, Princess was better. Yeah,
Princess was just good. In fact, they had a sushi day. That was, oh my God, it was so good. Joe, you're heading back down to Orlando. Awesome. I missed you the last time. And I was so busy, and then I forgot you were here. To make sure you reach out to me next time, please. Somebody, let's see, I'm Princess Royal. How is the spa? We did not use the spa, but Stacy did every single day, I believe, and she really enjoyed it. She loved it. The thermal spa, it was absolutely amazing. Have we been on the Celebrity Reflection yet? Yes, we have been on the Celebrity Reflection. We've been on the Reflection, the Equinox, and the Silhouette, all Solstice class ship. Fantastic ship. They have an excellent bar called the World Class Bar, which is one of my favorites. But the Sky Princess had the Good Spirits Bar. I'm going to put that right in there with the World Class Bar. It was really, really good. Joe, over on YouTube. Hey, man, how you doing? Good to see you. Question over here. Have we been on the Royal Caribbean Independence of the Seas? We have been on the Freedom. And the Freedom is an excellent ship. That is a sister ship. I would definitely recommend the Independent. Somebody is asking, I don't understand, what is the best area to book your room? So basically, and I'm going to use my brand new Princess ship. So basically, you've got cabins in the middle. You've got them in the front. You've got them you've got them in the back. And then you've got cabins that are low and high. So depending on where you are, you might feel more motion front to back. You might feel more motion side to side as the ship wobbles around. So that's number one. And then number two, you've got cabins that are above the theater, next to the nightclub, under the pool, under the gym, where you're going to hear extra noise coming into the cabin. So those are just some of the considerations that we have to take into, especially if you're prone at all to motion sickness. We want to put you low and in the middle somewhere. Beautiful new ship, isn't it? Isn't she gorgeous? I love this. Okay. Is it usually possible to get a cabin at the last minute, or are they usually full? So, before the pandemic, you could pretty much almost walk up to the port that day and get a ticket. But well, on certain cruises, yeah.
Yeah, but they tried to sell as full as possible.
Yeah, but now you can, depending on the itinerary, time of the year, and the ship. All right, everybody wants to get on the newer ship. So the newer ship, they are selling rather full, but it is still possible. So can I talk drink packages? So I've actually done multiple TikTok and multiple YouTube episodes on the drink packages. But in effect, you just got to be really careful. You just got to do the math. Okay, look at the drink package for that particular cruise line. How much are they going to charge you for the day? Does it include specialty coffees in addition to alcohol, or is it only alcohol and the soft drinks? And then you just do the math. How many drinks am I going to do a day? Is it going to match up with the drink package? If the answer is no, then don't get the drink package. We did not get the drink package on the Sky Princess.
In fact, the only drink I had the whole week was they gave us a bottle of champagne in the Crown Grill. And I had 2 glasses of champagne. And gosh, was I feeling it.
How do I rate Holland America? Very good. We have not been on them in a while. In fact, the Rotterdam, which is the brand new one, was right behind the Sky Princess. She looked beautiful in Fort Lauderdale. So I'd like to get back on Holland America. They supposedly have really good live music now. We haven't been on there since they've added all this new live music. Some good. Oh, good. I'm glad I gave you some useful. Information about special needs. Is there still a vaccine requirement? For the most part, the answer is no. Grand Turk, to my knowledge, is the only Caribbean port that you still must be vaccinated in order to get off the ship. There may be others.
Cruise, you just can't.
Yeah, you can't exit the ship. I don't know about over in Europe if there's any place else, but pretty much in the U.S. it is done now. Is it too early to book for April 2024? Oh no! If the bookings are there, if the cruises are there, spring break 2024. I'm just going to tell you, folks, it's already booking quite well. So if you're thinking about March, April, May 2024, you should be booking right now for sure. So you can get your passport stamped at all the ports.
I used to do that. I don't know that they do anymore.
I don't even know if there's anybody there to even stamp them anymore. It's just more like port workers, port security.
I think the ships used to have somebody who would.
Yeah.
But I don't think they do anymore.
That'd be nice if they brought that back, wouldn't it? Yeah. Are the extra on the Princess Premier packages? So Princess Premier, so Princess Plus, you mainly get the Wi-Fi, cheese, and drinks. Those are the 3 big. Plus, you get some desserts,
exercise
classes. But then when you go to Premier, you get special seating, you get higher amount of drinks, you get more desserts, more classes. So
I think there might be a specialty restaurant meal, maybe.
Might be a specialty. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but Princess Plus is something that I would definitely recommend every single person going on Princess look at. I think it's a very good deal because your Wi-Fi is going to be about $16, $18 a day. Your gratuities are going to be about $16, $18 a day. So for $60 a day, you're paying about $24, $25 for your drinks package. That's probably going to work out for a lot of people. The Premier, that's really only if you think you need it. So users going on 2 cruises, one in May on Royal and the other on NTL. Awesome. Danielle's going on the Carnival Pride in a week. How much money would be safe to take on a ship? If you're talking about cash, like to hand out to people, it just depends on what you think you're going to be getting and doing.
And you will have a small safe in your cabin, so
yes.
You can keep any cash there.
That's what I would do. Like if you're thinking about bringing, say, more than $200 in cash, obviously you shouldn't keep a lot of cash on you anyway. But maybe you bring on $200, so you've got some 20s and 10s and stuff to hand out for tips or singles. Just keep it locked in your safe and just keep a little bit with you. Certainly don't take a lot of cash with you off the ship when you're at any port. Doesn't matter which port it is. Don't take a lot of cash with you off the ship when you're at port because that kind of makes you a target. You don't want to do that. Double Nickel Gal Sabatini service was really slow for us, but not that long. Which is, that 3.5 hours was crazy. Royal or Norwegian? Yes. I mean, seriously, they're both outstanding cruise line. Just depends on what you're looking for, to be honest with you. Alaska before we're going to Princess. We lean toward Princess, but I don't know exactly what you're looking for and what your family needs out of it. So I would have to ask more questions besides just that. But certainly, Princess has really, really good kids programs. We saw some kids on there, and we've heard from people that they have really, really good kids programs. But in terms of Alaska itself, seeing Alaska, I'm going to go with Princess.
Their kids programs have a partnership with Discovery Channel and Animal Planet. So they have a lot of kind of fun educational sort
exactly. Of stuff. So Morpheus is Mike is checking in for his cruise today. 10-day Norwegian. Yes, your 15th cruise. Love it. Morpheus, is there a cruise line that one should avoid? We have not had a good experience with Carnival. Not necessarily cruise line, but certainly some ships that you might want to avoid. We had a lovely experience on the Carnival Mardi Gras. So we've done Carnival, Princess, Celebrity, Disney, Virgin, Holland, Norwegian. I don't know if I said Norwegian. We've done 8 cruise lines, and we love them all. So there's not a cruise line out there that I would say avoid. There's probably going to be ships that you want to avoid based on what you want to get.
Other than Margaritaville.
Other than Margaritaville at Sea. Margaritaville at Sea, I just would not allow anybody to book on there. That's a waste of money. NCL since Royal cut the menu. I don't know why people are so concerned about the menus being cut. I like that the menus are being cut because that means that they can make fewer things. And by the way, the menus are not necessarily being cut. Like they told us on Princess, if you want any of the things that are no longer on the menu, just ask for it. We can still make it in the back. They're just not on the menu. So it's not a big deal to menu. It's like there's so much food on a cruise ship. Who cares if they cut a menu?
I mean, if there's 2 less items,
there's so much to eat. And if there's something not on the menu, all you got to do is ask. Somebody is doing a chef dinner. Have we done one yet? You haven't edited. We did it on the Symphony of the Seas. It was amazing. Totally worth the money. I want to say it was like around $100 per person. It was amazing. Royal Caribbean loves the nickel and dime. Everybody loves the nickel and dime. Once you go on Virgin voyages, you realize just how much everybody else is charging for all of these things. So,
although while they have that on Princess, they're not like trying. You don't have people trying to sell you stuff all the time. On Princess.
Exactly.
They may have things that you can upgrade to.
Right.
But they're not like walking around. Oh, you want the drink package? Oh, would you like this?
Somebody's saying that they heard Sky's Bistro sur la Mer will be replaced with a Crooners. I didn't hear that. I heard that Take 5, which is a jazz club, might be turned into a Crooners. So I don't know about that. But I did hear some rumbles that Bistro sur la Mer might be turned into something else, like maybe a British pub or something like that. But Crooners, from what we heard, might be where Take 5 is now. So have I done a genie room on Royal? No, I have not. But it would be, we saw the genies when we were on the Symphony of the Seas. If you don't know, genie is a butler. And so you basically get butler service through the whole cruise. And they were amazing. They were really cool to watch. We kept seeing them at the various shows, and I would listen in to some of what they were doing and whatnot. They seemed amazing. Chrissy's still working on trying to get on the Alaska. Yay. Best cruise and company for newbies with a 20-year-old son. That's going to be Disney, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Princess.
Virgin, the son is 20.
Yeah, so he can get on there.
Yeah, I know.
18 plus. Virgin.
You didn't mention it.
Oh, okay. I didn't get there yet. But yeah, so basically every single cruise line is going to be a great one for newbies with a 20-year-old son. It just depends on what you're looking for and what you want to get out of it. Honestly, seriously, you just have the most important thing about getting somebody new, and those who have been watching me have heard me say this so much, we've got to pair you up with the right ship. That's all. What are you looking to get out of it? Is food important? Is the entertainment important? Are the drinks important? Are the pools important? What is the most important thing? And then what about the itinerary? Because not every ship goes to every itinerary. So there might be certain ports you want to go to. Well, we can't do this cruise line because they're not going there. So really there is no starter cruise line. There's no best cruise line. There's no worst cruise line. If somebody tells you what's the best cruise line, that means that the best one is the one they like. And then they want you to like it too because they like it. But you just need to be paired up with the right ship. Feel free to reach out. Any of you who are tuning in, you're new. I am a travel agent. I have a company with my wife, Rebecca. We are part of the IntelliTravel Network, one of the largest travel agencies in the United States. we can certainly help you book. If you click on my little logo, Where's Walter Travel, it'll bring up a link where you can contact us and set up a time to chat. We have been booking so many cruises. We'll be happy to help you. And we've been cruising for almost 20 years. So first time cruiser going in May and in July. Yay. Awesome. Somebody, Mama, what do you get better rates if you book early? Sometimes. But the cool thing is, especially if you work with a travel agent, is that if you book early and then the rate goes down, well, then we'll just get the price adjusted. That's all. We do that all the time. I got one Alaska cruise that doesn't even happen. I think it's August of 2024 that we've already had the rate reduced twice. So when the cruise line reduces the cabin fare for a certain category, either the guests will see it or we'll see it. More often than not, the guests will see it first because they're like keeping an eye on their cruise. I just simply called into Royal Caribbean. I think we've knocked off about $250 since they booked the cruise.
As long as it's before final payment.
Before final payment, yes. Once you hit final payment, the cruise line will not reduce the fare anymore. They might give you some onboard credit, but basically once you've hit final payment, the cruise is paid for, they're not going to give you any more discounts. So let's see, best dessert on the cruise. The gelato, of course, on the Sky Princess. What size room would you recommend for 3+ size friends on a cruise?
It depends on the cruise line.
Yeah, it depends on the cruise line, but I think Royal Caribbean's Junior Suite is one of the best values if you're looking for a balcony of all the cruise lines, because they are basically double the width, double the size of the balcony, and you're paying about, I don't know, 25% more than a balcony cabin sometimes, depending on, when you're going, what ship. But, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more friendly to plus size folks, well, you might look at a Junior Suite on Royal Caribbean, because it's not a suite. It's not like you're paying a gazillion dollars for a suite, but it's what we had on the Symphony of the Seas. If you go back into here, I've got a Symphony of the Seas playlist, and my Junior Suite tour is there. Or for those of you on YouTube, or you can go on over to the YouTube channel and see that tour of that cabin. You'll see what I mean. It's a really nice sized cabin. So, are cruisers accessible to power wheelchairs? Yes, 100%. In fact, we work with special needs group. We're going to be working with Scoot Around soon as well. So yeah, they are very friendly for wheelchairs. However, I do have one client who went on the Caribbean Princess. So she's about 20 years old now. And she said, yes, it was accessible, but there were some areas that were not as friendly as I would have liked them to be. So now we do take that into consideration, the age of the ship. And even though they may have been updated for ADA, still may not be quite as friendly. So I would say anything 10 years or newer, you're going to be in great shape.
And if you actually need a fully accessible cabin, you should book as early as possible, because those can sell out.
Yeah, fully accessible cabins can sell out. And I've got like 42 questions lined up here on TikTok that I can see. So please bear with me. You don't need to keep asking the same question. I apologize. It takes me a little while. I like to answer everybody's question as I can. So can I recommend Dixie Cow? Okie Cowgirl. I apologize. Can you recommend the best trip for solo travelers? There's no best trip, but again, for solo traveler studio cabins, you've got Norwegian Cruise Line has studio and studio lounge. Celebrity Cruises has balcony cabins, infinite balcony cabins on the Edge class. And Virgin Voyages has both insiders and ocean views. Every cruise line has mix and mingles for singles. And then if you want to get to know other people, get involved with the activities, the trivia, the dance classes, the mixology classes, like all this kind of fun stuff. That's how you start to meet people. I think every cruise line is good for solos today. It's just, unfortunately, they don't all cater to them. So they don't all have solo cabins, and you may end up spending twice the price. But Norwegian, Celebrity, Virgin Voyages do all cater specifically to solos. And then MSC has something called a solo supplement, 80% off the solo supplement, which means you don't have to pay for 2 people in the cabin. That's running, I think, until May. So it depends on what you're looking for. Norwegian, Celebrity, Virgin, 3 completely different experiences. So if you'd like some help with something like that, again, you can click on my logo. And then you can bring up the links of how to contact me. We'll be happy to talk you through it. Let's see. Best advice on, great advice on the cash situation. Thank you. I appreciate that. Any tips on the Carnival Mardi Gras? Don't eat for a week before you get on the ship. How about that? I think it's fabulous. I have a whole playlist on YouTube for the Mardi Gras. Go watch my food one for my food review. That's my honest review of all the food. I think it's fantastic. The pools are great. The Bolt roller coaster was not worth $15. That's just my opinion. I really like roller coasters. It was not worth it for me, but a beautiful ship. If you really like coffee, go to the Havana bar and get the Cuban coffee. It's amazing. But seriously, I have a whole playlist on the Carnival Mardi Gras, both on TikTok and for those folks over on YouTube as well. Go on over to the YouTube channel. So which cruise for great food? Again, Virgin Voyages has the best. Then you're going to go Celebrity, Princess. Behind that, they both have really, really good food. But Virgin Voyages, the absolute best. Celebrity Beyond is Beyond. Yes. Our friends Stephanie and Ben and David, they actually all went on to Beyond together. In fact, Ben and David's vlog on the Celebrity Beyond just started. So go check that out where they do a tour of the ship. And what we heard from Stephanie was there's something about that crew. Now, when you go on a cruise ship, the crew is amazing, right? They take care of you, the catering and all this. But she said there's something extra about that crew. And she said it comes from Captain Kate straight down. The level of attention, the attention to detail, everything about that ship and everything about that crew is unlike anything else that she has ever experienced on a ship. So we really want to get on the Beyond. Royal is the best for kids in your experience. So Royal is good, Carnival is good, Disney is good, and Norwegian is good. All four of those are really good cruise lines for kids.
With Royals,
particularly depends Royal on the ship.
Norwegian.
Yeah. Enchanted Princess in August to Alaska. Fantastic. You're going to have a great time. That's one of the sisters. In fact, that's the newest one, I believe.
And that is, I think, one of the other ones that has the authentic gelato.
Yes, that has the authentic gelato and Alfredo's Pizzeria. It is amazing. Siamese cat lover. You should like that. Somebody who likes cats, Rebecca. Do you need to be vaccinated to take a cruise? For the most part, the answer is no. There are still a few select places like Grand Turk. You need to be vaccinated to get off the ship. You can take the cruise, but you can't get off the ship. So there may be some situation like that. But for the most part, especially here in the U.S., you do not. Let's see. Trying to get through some of these. And like I said, you don't have to ask the questions more than one time. I apologize. It's taken me a while. I try to answer everybody's question. Do you have guest booked Carnival and unhappy, no exception to all adults in room by Cheers?
Yeah. Okay.
I see that. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Now with Royal, if you try and buy it online, both adults will have to get the drink package. But if you call it in, you can have one get the drink package and one get the refreshment package. So they still need a package, just doesn't have to be. Carnival, however, there's plain no exceptions. Even like if you have a woman who's pregnant and can't drink that much, no exceptions. But their drink packages, I will say, are less expensive than Royals.
But still, you shouldn't have to buy it. So, and for those of you on YouTube, I apologize. The question was, do we have guests who are unhappy with Carnival because there's no exception to the Cheers package? Both people have to have it in the room. I mean, that really should be modified, but there's not much else we can do about that. You're leaving in May on a celebrity cruise in Rome. Nice. Which ship is the nicest? It's just like my shirt, the one I'm on right now, which I'm not on a ship right now, but they're all beautiful. I've yet to be on a ship that I went, this is terrible. I've seen some in port that I go, ooh, I don't want to get on that one. Margaritaville Sea being one of them. They're all beautiful. But I will say the Celebrity Beyond, just from seeing her from the Symphony of the Seas, she was outrageous. She was just absolutely outrageous. A beautiful ship. Abby Cat, is a Disney cruise worth the extra money? That depends on you. It really does. Like, do you want that Disney experience? And what I will say about that, if you look at the Disney Dream and the Disney Fantasy, at least looking at 1 week cruises going out of Florida, you will notice that they are not super more expensive than, say, Royal Caribbean or Norwegian. Certainly more expensive in Carnival because Carnival's pricing is lower. But especially if you look at Royal Caribbean versus Disney, the Dream and the Fantasy are still more expensive, but they do include, the soft drinks in there. And they do have the split bathroom design, which is really nice.
Most cabins.
Yeah, most cabins, which is really nice for the families. But the price is not outrageously different. And I will say the food quality on Disney, to me, is better than on Royal Caribbean.
It also depends on the time of year you're going.
Exactly.
Sometimes it will be practically double. Other times it'll only be maybe a few $100s more.
It's just like, when the kids are out of school, price is cheaper. When the kids are in school, price goes up. When you're in the holiday season, price goes up. So, but that's the thing that I've been noticing as I've been pricing cruises for clients with families. Disney is not double, triple the price of Royal Caribbean like it used to be. Now, the Wish is in its own league. The Wish is like priced as a premium luxury cruise ship, and there's no getting around that. But if you step back to the Dream and the Fantasy, we went on the Fantasy, gorgeous, gorgeous ship. So it's up to you whether it's worth the extra money. Next question is, what are the fees for me coordinating a cruise? Zero. Absolutely zero. You pay nothing at all for a travel agent. We are paid a commission by the travel partners on the back end. That's how that works. So for me to do all the planning and all the coordinating for your cruise, for your travel, for whatever it is, it literally costs you absolutely nothing. And we stay with you until your travel is over. And you can talk to some of our clients who have been doing that. In fact, I got a great soundbite from Bill. I can't wait to share that with you guys later on. You're going to have to email about a family trip. By all means, please email us. Or the best thing for you guys to do, I set up a calendar now online so that you guys can just go ahead and set up a time to chat with me. That's the best way to do it, because with an email, then I'm going to write back to you and go, hey, what time can we talk? So just go ahead and set up a calendar.
And make sure you get a confirmation that your appointment has been scheduled.
Yeah, I had a couple people say, hey, I booked the time with you, but didn't get a call. So just make sure you get it confirmed, because it does pop up on my calendar. Hey, Stacy, I'm glad you guys made it home. So group strep 5/1/12/99. That's Stacy. She was on the cruise with us. So I'm so glad you guys got home. It's so great to finally meet you. 21 days to the bliss of Mexico. Yay. Somebody's going on an NCO cruise the end of this month. You have prepaid gratuity. Should you still tip? That's up to you. That is 100% up to you. You are not required to do any tipping beyond the gratuity. But most people, and if you're talking about your room steward, generally the rule of thumb is, say like $5 to $10 a day, somewhere in there, if you feel the service was worth it. If you don't feel the service was worth any kind of an extra tip, don't tip.
Or if it just is beyond your capabilities.
Or it's beyond your capability. So, yeah. So, somebody's asking if you can add a Fire Stick to the TV on the Carnival cruise. For most cruise lines, you can't do anything to the TV. They've disabled all the inputs. In fact, there's something on the Princess thing when we first got in the room. Don't attempt to connect anything to the TV. And they may actually charge you some sort of a fee if you did anything to the TV. So don't even try it. Carnival Early Saver offers price protection up to 2 business days if a cruise lower price. Well, and again, you can, they're probably going to end up giving you onboard credit. I don't know if they actually dropped the price, but I'll have to look that up, because I didn't know anybody would give you a refund up to that far. What has changed with what you can bring since 2020? I think really the biggest thing is they've lowered the amount of wine, alcohol, and even people used to literally bring like cases of soda and juice and all that. On Princess, it was 12 cans, or Carnival's 12 cans now. That's really the biggest thing.
And generally nowadays you have to carry it with you. You cannot put it in your checked luggage.
Right. Nothing can be no liquid or anything like that. Somebody's asking, how much do we know about Celebrity Cruises? We've been on 4 of them. We love Celebrity Cruises. They are an adult luxury cruise line. I mean, they are family friendly, but they definitely lean into adults. They are luxury, casual luxury. I put them right there with Virgin Voyages. I think they're 2 very similar experiences. Good food, excellent bars, beautiful pools. We think their solariums are among the best to see. We love them. So Celebrity is a really good cruise line, especially if you've been on other cruise lines. You're like, I'd kind of like to step it up a little bit. Maybe try something a little bit more luxurious. Princess, Celebrity. Yeah, very good. How did the medallion work on Sky? It worked great, actually.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. There it is. It's just right there. We had it in our little wristband, which made it super easy. But to open the door, to pay for most things, the only place where it really fell down was when we tried to, you're supposed to be able to order drinks or food, and they bring it right to you. For some reason, they couldn't find us with the drink. They found us one time, but then 2 more times they couldn't find us, so we kind of gave up with that. But otherwise,
she's moving around.
Stacy's walking around Princess Live, and they're just handing her drinks as she walked by. I don't know how she did it. So, but the medallion was great. It really was. I love it. I love it so much more than a cart. It was so easy to walk off and on the ship. Don't have to keep digging around for things. Not every venue, did it, had the thing, which was kind of weird. They kept asking, what's your room number? And I just thought that was kind of weird because we got it. But how was the IC on this?
International Cafe.
Oh, International Cafe. The sandwiches and stuff looked great. They didn't taste all that good.
They needed some, I didn't look around. Maybe if there had been some like mayonnaise or mustard off to the side.
Yeah, they needed something.
Yeah, but they weren't bad.
And the coffee I found very, very inconsistent. So I ended up going to Princess Live to get my coffee. They made better coffee, and the best coffee on the ship was the double espresso macchiato. The cappuccino, they put way too much milk into it, so it was just basically warm milk. And then I just one time I said, I'll just take this double espresso macchiato, whatever this is. So it's a double espresso, and then they put foam on top. Really good, really good. Carly KK, is there any trick to getting...
Can I address this one?
Is there any trick to getting good loungers in the shade by the pool without waking up at 0 dark 30? Great question. Go ahead, Rebecca.
So first off, I'm going to address the people that do wake up and set their towels and books down and leave for 4 hours before they come back. Don't do it. That's inconsiderate. Just don't.
Not going to stop them.
I know.
They're idiots.
However, I will say when we were on Princess, there was actually somebody wanted a certain kind of chairs, and there's things on there, and the pool attendant had noticed that they'd been there a while, and so he offered to remove those items, and they were removed. So if you're in a spot and you see that something's been there for, usually it's 30 or 40 minutes, the cruise lines want you. No, that's the maximum amount of time they want you to save a chair. And if you've been there and somebody hasn't been in those seats, talk to the pool attendant. Most times, certainly on Princess and Celebrity, they will help you out.
Yeah. So that's the first time I've seen that in a very long time. But yes, the pool attendant actually removed the item. She brought a bag, removed the item. So you can always ask the pool attendant. So, yeah, we talked about the vaccination. You don't need to be vaccinated for the most part, just in very minor things do you. First time sailing on Royal in May on Freedom of the Seas. Great ship. Really great ship. Lots of fun. I mean, I would do the ice skating for sure. Be careful if you really want to do it. Royal has really good shows. Really, really good shows. Main dining room is not bad. It's pretty good. Certainly better than Carnival. And the specialty dining is usually quite good too. So I think you're gonna have a great time. Freedom of the Seas is a fabulous ship. Fabulous ship. Inside Passage, Glaciers, who is the best? Again, we always lean into Princess and Holland America. We think those are the two best cruise lines. Other than going on an expedition, like Hurtigruten expedition, which I really want to do. But Princess and Holland is always going to be my choice. Now, I did notice that if you go on to Princess and you go on a Royal class ship, they actually don't go through the Inside Passage. I think the ships are too big. But the smaller ship, which we always recommend the smaller ship anyway in Alaska, Holland and Princess. Best cruise for Mexico 7-day. It just depends on what you want. Pretty much every cruise line has some sort of a version of that. So it depends on where you want to sail out of, what you actually want to get out of it, and what do you want on the ship. It's hard for me to answer. There is no best cruise to Mexico 7-day. It's the best one for you, the right ship, the right itinerary. I mean, if you want to reach out, I'd be happy to help you out. But there honestly is not an answer just to say this one, because I don't know you and I don't know what you want. Carrie, any ship that has single occupancy room? Yes, again, Norwegian, Celebrity, Celebrity Edge class, and Virgin Voyages have dedicated solo rooms. There are actually a couple of Holland America ships that even have them
Small
as
amount
well.
of them.
But those are the ones right off the bat. Those cruise lines have them. Which cruise lines will we recommend for families, kids, and seniors who want to see Alaska? Again, Princess and Holland America are the ones that we lean into because we think they do the best job in Alaska. Now, they all go there. Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Carnival, Cunard, they all go up there. So it's really, what are you looking for? Because when you're in Alaska, Alaska is the star. So we tend to recommend smaller ship because it's almost like a river cruise. It's almost like going on a river cruise with a really big ship, because the land is in sight pretty much the whole time. And you're staying in port from like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So it's very long days in port. So you're not going to spend that much time on the ship. But sometimes you get on these really big ships that have all of these things to do, and you might do like 2 of them because you spent so much time on land. So again, and I mean, if you want to reach out, again, you can click the logo and talk to us. We'd be happy to set you up with the right ship. We've got multiple families going to Alaska right now. I believe they're all on Princess. Once we looked at all the options, they're all going on Princess. So you cruised on a Norwegian Prima at the beginning of February. It does look gorgeous. Is there an adult-only? Virgin Voyages is your adults-only cruise line, 18 plus.
Or if you want to step up to a luxury line, Viking.
Yeah, true. You can go up to Viking. That's also as well. What's the cheapest cruise line? Carnival? Depending on the sales going on, but MSC and Carnival are usually side by side. But Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, they can also be cheap as well. It just depends on which. Cruising is all dynamic pricing. Every single cruise is a different price. Do you have to be vaxxed to go on Disney? No, you do not.
This was as of December 29th of last year. They highly recommend that you're vaccinated.
Yeah, they all highly recommend.
It is no longer required as of December 29th last year.
Cabin Time, thank you. Heather, thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. We do our best, and again, our services are 100%. I like to say our services are free and your memories are priceless. That's how it works. We love what we do. Let me tell you, we've not been doing this as long as some others, but we really enjoy this. We've been cruising for 20 some years. We've been traveling, I don't know, together 25 years. We're going to celebrate our 30th wedding anniversary in a few years. So we've been doing this a long time. And Rebecca has always been that planner. So Rebecca does a lot of the research. I do the research, the marketing, and the proposal. So we really make a good team, and we really enjoy doing what we're doing. And we stand by you when things fall apart. I mean, we're not perfect. We're still human. But when things fall apart, we do our best to try to make good out of a bad situation.
Sometimes there's only so much we can do.
There's only so much we can do. The cruise lines are a behemoth. They're like this big, and I'm like, this big. So, they're like really big companies, but we do the best we can. And it is nice. The one nice thing is we do have direct connection there. So when I call Royal Caribbean, I'm calling Lori, and we're doing our best to try to get things to happen. So Val TikTok, you live in San Diego. Can you recommend a good cruise from here? Not offhand. I'd have to go look to see what's there. But I'd be happy to talk with you and see what you're looking to get. Because from San Diego, you do have some options to go to some places, but I don't know. I don't know all the cruise ports offhand, but I'd be happy to talk to you. I apologize. What's the best budget-friendly cruise for families? I mean, cruise lines, MSC and Carnival are going to be certainly very budget-friendly. Royal Caribbean can be very budget-friendly depending on when you're going, and Norwegian as well. I mean, they can all be, but they're all budget friendly if you go when most kids are in school. When the kids are out, like all those kids sail free programs, they usually come into play when the majority of kids are in school, of course, right? It kind of makes sense. Can you stream Netflix with the Wi-Fi package on the Caribbean Princess? I would say probably. I would say probably not. I don't think the speeds were good enough on that. Princess only has one package. They don't have like a high speed and a regular speed. So I would say probably not. I was able to stream.
I have heard of some people being able to stream. It may not be as smooth as if you're at home, but it also is going to depend on the time of day, how many people are on the Wi-Fi,
and where the ship is. Yeah. I would say don't expect it to work, but if it does, get excited.
I will say on Princess, they had actually a really nice selection of on-demand movie and TV.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Early saver, paid once in full, no refund, but you can still get the difference to use it on more credit. That's excellent information. And that is how some of the cruise lines do work. I didn't realize they took it to 2 business days, so that's even further than I thought they did, but that's really good. Thank you for sharing that information. Saying that Carnival food is terrible. I mean, it depends on what ship you're on, where you're going to. You can watch my blog on the Carnival Mardi Gras.
Personal taste in food is.
Yeah, personal taste in food. If you go to the cruise critic forums, every cruise line, every ship has terrible food, according to somebody. So we had a great time on the Carnival Mardi Gras. I'd highly recommend going on the Carnival Mardi Gras. So does Carnival ever overbook? They all do. Every single cruise line. I'm sure you're referring to what I just did with the Wonder of the Seas. they all overbook. It's just how does it get handled? But there's two things they're counting on. One, that they're going to be able to get a cabin for everybody that's guaranteed, and then like what Rebecca mentioned, they're banking on a certain amount of people are going to cancel before final payment. So then those cabins are going to open up. Well, obviously on the Wonder of the Seas, not enough people canceled, and that's how they got to that situation as well. So, princess versus celebrity, which would you pick?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yes.
I would pick both of them.
Yes, I will go on both of them, honestly. There are pretty much all of the celebrity ships we've been on has the solarium, so we really do like that. There are some princess ships that have the solarium, but in terms of the overall experience, it's flip a coin. Which one do you want to go on? We would go on both tomorrow.
Although we've only been on Solstice class ships, and I will say, at least for that class, we prefer the entertainment on Princess versus Celebrity.
Yeah.
But
good question. First cruise with children. Is Disney the route to go? Maybe.
depends on your children.
You
and
got
your
Royal
budget.
Caribbean, you got Norwegian, you got Carnival, you got Disney. Those are the four biggies. And then MSC also has a lot of stuff for the kids as well. So really, you got 5 cruise lines to really consider for the first one with kids. So it just depends on what exactly you're looking for, what you want for the adults, what you want for the kids. So again, this is a discussion that we have. Heather popped up just a little while ago, and she's going with her family, and it's a discussion of, well, what do you want for the kids? What do you want for yourself? How important is food? What ports do you want to go to? What kind of a budget do you want to stay in? So there's a lot more that goes into it than just saying, oh, well, Disney's good for kids. Of course it's good for kids. It's Disney, but is it really the one that you want? Because Disney is also a little bit more controlling. They don't have my time dining. They don't have some of the flexibilities that some of the other ones have. So if you're set for 5:30 dining, you got to be there at 5:30 to make sure you get into that dining room, kind of a thing. So yes, Disney is fabulous for children, but is it the best one for your particular family? It may be, it might not be, but feel free to reach out. We'll be happy. Or if you're working with a travel agent, certainly talk to them about it. Yes, we did love the technology on the Princess ship. You've been on 16 cruises with Princess. Wow, including twice Alaska. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. What cruise line to Aruba for kids, tweens, and adults? Again, just like what I was just saying, it could be Royal, it could be Disney, it could be
Anything.
Carnival. It really could be anything. So they all go to Aruba. Like we did the Celebrity Equinox, and it was basically kind of like an ABC thing. What a beautiful ship. What a wonderful itinerary. So it depends on what you want to do and then what you want to do at the stop. Aaron is over on the YouTube channel. Out of the 3 Edge class celebrity ships, which was our favorite? We don't know yet because we haven't been on the Edge class yet. I know. We saw the Apex. We saw the Apex sitting there, and then Stephanie, of course, runs out and gets that. I thought we were going to go with Stephanie at some point. That was like my dream, that the 3 of us would all go on to an Edge class ship together. But she ended up going without us, so that's okay. She went with Ben and David, but we have not been on one yet. So we would love to get on there. So does Princess have an adults only area? Yes, they do. They have pool. They have an adult pool area. It's in the spa, but you don't have to pay for the spa to go use the pool. The pool is open to anybody, but it is adults only. But honestly, the whole ship is almost more or less, adults only. They basically have preschool kids on the ship.
Kids are in school right now, so obviously there's not going to be a ton of children. But even so, I would say there's maybe a couple dozen tops. Yeah,
there were not many kids at all, and they were mainly preschoolers that were on the ship. Somebody's asking, who is MSC? I see them popping up in searches. So MSC is an Italian cruise line. They are predominantly a shipping company.
Yes, it stands for Mediterranean Shipping Company.
Yeah, and they are massive shipping companies. They have hundreds of ships out there. And they started doing cruise ships, I want to say, within the last 10 years. And they are already the 3rd largest cruise line in terms of capacity. Within the next 5 years, they could be the 2nd largest because they're building so many ships. Now, they are priced in the Carnival range, but the ships themselves are stunningly beautiful. But they have a real 50-50 reputation in terms of customer service and the ship experience. Mainly that customer service doesn't care half the time. Well, we have not sailed them yet. We will be sailing them soon. Just got to pick it. They're out of Port Canaveral, so we're going to go run out of Port Canaveral and go sale on them. But their ships are stunning. I mean, absolutely stunning. They are Italian, so I would expect the food to be good. So
I've heard mixed reviews on
yeah,
the food
that's the
too.
thing. I heard mixed reviews on the food, so we have not been
Although
on
pretty
them.
much everybody who has sailed in the yacht club, which is their
Yeah.
suite experience, I'd say 95% of those people
Yeah.
love it.
So if you've heard of the Norwegian Haven, which is a ship within a ship, MSC has the Yacht Club, ship within a ship, and people who sail in there definitely love it. What is the best Disney cruise to go on? Whichever one you book. Honestly, you can't go wrong with a Disney ship. So again, that's a discussion to have with your travel agent. If you'd like to talk it over with us, we'd be happy to talk. But they have 6 beautiful ships, or five beautiful ships right now. They're going to have 6 ships. So yeah, any of them. How hard is booking dining on board on NCL? No reservations available online.
Go first thing.
Yeah.
Soon as you board, there will be a certain amount of reservations that are open. Try and get as early a boarding time as you can and go right away to wherever they are making dining reservations. And you may not get the exact time or day you want, but you should be able to get something.
And that's pretty much true of any ship. If you want to get dining reservations, just immediately, you can ask, where are they booking the dining reservations, and just go there and just book. Well, that's usually the first thing we do the moment we walk on a ship.
If we haven't already
made
things. Somebody's
going on the Explorer of the Seas in a week. Yes, beautiful ship. What are the best days to book a cruise for the lowest prices? There is no best day, really. The price is going to be the same until they hit a certain number of cabins sold or a new special starts. Everything is like triggered automatically. So there is it's not like the airlines where, book on a Tuesday, it's going to be the best price. I've never seen that with the cruising, to be honest. Is the travel insurance through the cruise company worth it? I'm going to be honest and say no. I don't think it is. And in fact, it's a great question because Stacy and Bill booked a European cruise on Princess while we were on the ship. And by the way, that's a big tip. If you are on a cruise, go to the Future Cruise Desk. See what they are offering. They were offering a greatly reduced deposit, and I think they got some extra onboard credit, which was fabulous. We were sitting right there with them, talking with the Future Cruise agent, who was fabulous. And he had the insurance on there, and I got my laptop out and I brought up my insurance quote. Now, my insurance is about, I want to say $300 more than what Princess was quoting. But the actual coverage that Princess offered was infinitesimally lower. So cruise line insurance is basically really good if you cancel your cruise. You get your money back. But once you're on the ship, if something were to actually happen to you, there's not enough coverage there. There's something like $10,000 to $20,000 of maybe medical coverage, maybe $40,000 in evacuation.
Gosh, I've seen as low as 20 or 25 in evacuation.
Yeah, that is not enough. The insurance we sell is around $50,000 in medical coverage per person and up to $500,000 in medical evacuation per person. So travel insurance, absolutely, you must get it. But I recommend a third party just to get better coverage. So, yeah. Is it worth getting the Wi-Fi package? Is it worth getting a Wi-Fi package? For me, I got to have it. I am working on the ships now. So the ships are now my remote office, so I got to have it. And even before then, I would drive Rebecca crazy if I didn't have the Wi-Fi.
I don't always get it for me.
Yeah, she doesn't always get it. But, the ships are getting much faster speeds now. So Royal Caribbean has Carnival's Starlink. Princess has a Medallion Net. The Medallion Net actually worked quite well. It wasn't as fast as I would have liked it to have been, but it was quite good. So for me, yes, it's up to you whether you need it.
He was able to make calls over Wi-Fi?
Oh, yeah, I was making calls over Wi-Fi all day. In fact, I was having video chats over Wi-Fi from the ship that I was working out really nicely. So any cruise line recommendations sailing from Galveston? Well, obviously, Royal Caribbean's got the Allure sitting there with their big, beautiful terminal. Depending on the time of year, you've got Princess, you got Norwegian. Carnival, I believe, is bringing the Jubilee there, so she's going to be there very, very shortly. And MSC is actually going to have a permanent home port in Galveston. So you've actually got some really good, if anybody is like anywhere near, like if Texas is easier to get to than flying to Florida or flying to the other coast, you start looking at Texas. Galveston, they're putting money in. They're going to be building new parking garages. The port of Galveston, I believe, is either renovating or building another terminal. So right now, I mean, the one that I know about is the Allure of the Seas. It will be replaced by the Harmony of the Seas coming out. But again, it depends on what you're looking for your cruise. What do you need on a ship? What do you need in the ports and things like that? But Galveston is a real legit cruise port now, so a lot of choices. Great question. What important item do you recommend to bring for a first timer, also for nausea if needed? Well, that's a good question. First of all, any over the counter kind of medications and whatnot, bring them with you because they are expensive on the ship. The medical staff can dispense certain medications, but not everything, and they will be charged to you. So my friend Stephanie recommends the C-bands for seasickness. That is the name, C-band. And she has color coordinated ones, so she can wear them with all of her outfits. I've seen people with the patches. I can't recommend anything only because I've never used them. So certainly look them up. They do have side effects, so make sure you're okay with that. One of the really cool items that we just brought along, and a lot of people don't think about it, is night lights. This is a little night light right here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at that. You can barely see it because it's so bright in here. But this is a little night light, and it has a magnet on the back. So cruise ship cabins are steel, and this even has a motion sensor on it. So Rebecca bought 2 of these. We had one in the cabin, and then we had one on the bathroom door. And it was perfect at night, so we didn't have to turn the lights on. So a little battery-operated night light. This is actually a rechargeable night light. This is like one of the best things I think Rebecca has ever gotten. It's called Lyrid. Okay, it's going to be backwards on your screen. Got it on Amazon. She got it on Amazon. It's going to be backward on TikTok, but it'll be forward on YouTube. There you go. So that's the name of the brand. She got it on Amazon. This is fabulous. And then beyond that, just make sure you bring all of your chargers, your cables, things like that. You know, batteries, even bring some batteries. Bring some extra like AA batteries, things like that if you've got devices that use them, because the batteries are expensive on the ship, or sometimes they can be expensive in the port. So that's pretty much it. And you don't need to pack as much clothing as you think. Somebody said they went on an old Carnival ship for your first ever cruise and you loved the food. You went on a Conquest. I tell you what, you know, food is so subjective. It really is. So I'm so glad you had a good time. Will the Icon have an ice skating rink? I think it does. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I think it does, but I can't remember. Is Wonder of the Seas worth the... I'm sorry. Somebody asked about Independence of the Seas. Great ship. I mean, if that's just a question, great ship. Freedom class. Great class of ship. Good shows. Ice skating. Flow rider. The Windjammer is going to be a decent buffet. You know, not the greatest food in the world, but going to be a decent buffet. You're not going to go hungry, for sure. That is for sure. Is the Wonder of the Seas worth the extra money? That's up to you. I don't know. What is on that ship that makes it so different that you need to be on that ship versus Oasis, Symphony, some of the others? That's up to you. I can't answer that question. I saw that the NCL Sky is not sailing in the Caribbean after May of 23. Honestly, do we know what happened?
After I did a quick search. I mean, it's hard on my phone, but I'm still seeing it in the Caribbean till like September when it goes and does Canada, New England.
Okay.
But
so according to Rebecca's quick search there, the Sky is still doing the Caribbean. Do we like NCL? We love NCL, especially Food Republic. Oh my God, Food Republic is one of my favorite restaurants, all of sea. And on the Norwegian Getaway, we really like, they have a dinner theater that was really cool. It's kind of like a one-ring Cirque du Soleil kind of a thing with a dinner theater. Really cool.
The meal was okay.
Yeah, the meal was okay, but the show was good. Mm-hmm. Seasickness was the best room placement of the ship. Does the size matter? So middle and low. You want to be in the middle of a ship and as low as you can get. That is going to be the best place for seasickness. Does the size of the ship matter? Actually, it does. So the larger, newer ships have more stabilization built into them. We had 30-knot winds on one day on the Sky Princess, and there was a little bit of a wobble as you walked, but it was not nearly as bad. So we were on the Norwegian Escape over a year ago, and we felt much more rocking on that one than the Sky Princess. Now, the Sky Princess is only a couple of years newer, but her stabilization was amazing. So yes, the larger ship, the newer ship have more stabilization. Will you feel it? There are days. In fact, I saw some people posting about, man, Wonder of the Seas is rocking today. So I don't know where they were, but in general, the larger ships do have a little bit more stabilization. Somebody leaves a week in the Scarlet Lady. Cheeky Corner Suite. Yes, you got a Cheeky Corner Suite. Oh, speaking of which, you know, because we were elite, we were able to bring home some alcohol, just like our Cheeky Corner Suite. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We brought home some alcohol just like our Cheeky Corner Suite, except it's a lot smaller. Isn't that cute? But on the Cheeky Corner Suite, you will be able to bring home all of the alcohol that you do not consume in your cabin. If you don't know what I'm talking about, on Virgin Voyages, if you get a suite, you get a fully stocked bar. And I do mean a stocked bar. Along with the cocktail shakers and all of that, you get beautiful bar glasses. So yes, you can have a full-on cocktail party in your room with the alcohol that's provided by Virgin Voyages. So yes.
And again, Walter's getting to your questions as quickly as he can. So he's not necessarily ignoring them. He just hasn't gotten there yet.
Yes, I'm sorry. I've got 32 messages in my queue. So it takes me a while to scroll up and get to them. So I do apologize. You want to go to Italy, Deborah Savage? Please take me with you when you go. I will be good. I would love to go. Does Carnival have the wearable bands yet? Not yet. I don't, which is interesting because, Princess is part of Carnival. So you would think they would have the medallion, but they do not. And the Ocean Medallion's been around for a while. How far in advance should you start thinking about booking? Really, anytime. So Stacy and Bill, who we went on the cruise with, we've got a 2025 booked for them right now. So there are certain cruises, and that is a Trans-Pacific. That's a relocating cruise. That's why we can book it so far in advance, because they already had the schedule for that. But you start thinking about booking, like if you're like, well, I want to go on the Caribbean cruise. The moment you think you want to go on one, you just start thinking about booking it. And again, there is price protection, especially if you work with a travel agent. We will call the cruise line. We will get your price adjusted all the way up until final payment. Most cruise lines, or some cruise lines, will give you onboard credit if the price changes after final payment, but we will call the cruise line and get your cabin rate adjusted if your particular cabin category goes on sale. So, or the price just goes down. Spring break going on now. It's lots more kids for the next couple of months. Yeah, we are in March. You are correct about that. And in fact, if you're thinking about spring break 2024, do not wait. I mean, inventory is starting to run low already on the popular ship. So if you want to book for spring break 2024, get in touch with me, get in touch with your travel agent, just start booking.
Particularly if you need multiple adjoining cabins.
And if you need cabins with 3 or 4 people in them, it gets harder and harder to find that. And I swear, I've got some families I'm talking to for 2024. It's like, we're having a hard time finding, because, they want to go on the Wonder. They want to go on the Icon. They want to go on the Celebration. They want to go on the, the big brand new spiffy ships. It gets a little harder. 182 days to the Norwegian Pearl, Canada. Yay! Yes. Oh, the best TAs ever. That would be us. Thank you. Do you have to play free casino money in the casino, or can you cash it out? I believe you can cash it out, but I don't. Free casino money. I don't know if you can cash out free. I'm going to guess no. Any casino players? No. If you get free casino money, can you just cash it out, or are they going to make you play it? My guess is they're going to make you play it, but I don't know.
Yeah, we are not generally in the casino.
No, we don't do the casino. So I really should look that up. Donna Crenshaw just came off for the MSC ship. Oh, you had a good time. That is fantastic. Tim, I think 1 a.m. curfew is too late for children 17 and under. I think so. I think you're right about that. Is it the same on all cruise lines? I want to say it's 11 on Carnival.
I have no.
I think.
I don't know that it's that early, but there are some cruise lines that don't technically have one.
Yeah. But I agree with you. 1 a.m. is late. I'd like to see it more like 11 p.m. myself. Aaron over here is asking, what had been our favorite celebrity so far? Well, honestly, we've been on 3 Solstice class ships, so they've all been our favorite. If I was going to give the edge to one, it would be the Eclipse. Equinox, the Equinox, the Celebrity Equinox. Her twice, and she has glass blowing on the ship itself. So if I was going to pick my favorite celebrity ship, it's just that, because it's such a unique experience. There's only 3 ships that I know of that you can do glass blowing, and they're all in the Celebrity fleet.
Solstice, Eclipse, and Equinox.
It's so cool. I think it's really cool, but I love them all. The Solstice class is fabulous. Philip just got off the MSC Meraviglia. That's the one we may get as well, because it's right here in Port Canaveral for a bit until she goes up to New York.
And from the comments, it seems that whether you can cash out the money really depends on the particular cruise line / casino. So just talk to the casino host.
There you go. Thank you very much, everybody, for chiming in. I love that y'all are helping out.
Some people have had success, some haven't. So
right. Is Princess our favorite cruise line? You're probably asking because I've got the mug right here. I just got the mug, and it says "To travel is to live." I love that. That's why I bought it. And yes, I will be putting this on a shirt. And shirts are available, by the way, from Where's Walter Travel. You can look in the links and click and go straight to the store and buy some shirts. Bill and Stacy were modeling some fabulous shirts while we were on the cruise. Now back to our show. Princess is one of our favorite cruise lines. Yeah, I mean, we have 8 favorite cruise lines right now because we've sailed all 8 of them. And Princess, definitely, it reminded us of why we love it so much, because the service was just a little bit over that top. I mean, I think Celebrity and Princess are probably really, really close with their service. So we love Princess for various reasons. We love their pools. We love their food. We just love how beautiful their ships are. But we love them all. So everybody asked me what's my favorite cruise line. I did a TikTok on this while I was on the ship. Literally do not have a favorite cruise line. If I'm booking tomorrow, I might lean into, say, Virgin, Celebrity, and Princess. But I had so much fun on the Symphony of Seas. I definitely want to go on some more Oasis class. I got to get on the Quantum class because I want to do some skydiving. I want to do some bumper cars. And the Icon of the Seas looks so freaking ridiculous. I've got to get on that ship too. So somebody is going on a Norwegian Escape in July. Excellent food. Excellent food. In the specialty dining. Main dining room, it's okay. But great shows and good specialty dining.
If you like plainer food, the main dining room may appeal to you.
I thought it was just very bland. Deluxe beverage package, a good value. I think the best value right now, there's 2 really good values in drink packages right now. One is the bar tab on the Virgin Voyages. I think that's an excellent deal because it's $300 increments. It's for the cabin, and you can buy drinks for anybody you want. Oh my gosh, I've got almost 50 messages down below. So I'm getting to your questions. I like to answer all of the questions. So just bear with me. If you've got a question, I'm going to get to it. And then Princess Plus has a really good package because you get the gratuities, the Wi-Fi, and the drinks package for $60 a day per person. I think both of those are the best drink package values going on right now. Can we bring command hooks? Bring magnetic hooks because the walls of the ship are steel. The cabin are steel.
And we did do that. I hung some.
We did. How many cruise lines leave from Charleston? The one that I know for sure is Carnival. I don't know about anybody else. If Maureen is still here, she might be able to answer. Going to Alaska on Norwegian Bliss in late April. Do people still dress up? Yeah. I mean, Carnival, Norwegian, Royal, definitely on Princess. We saw suits. We saw slacks with ties. And then I'm jeans with a button-down shirt. That's me. But people do primarily for the photos. I think that's the big thing. Like, if you really want to get a nice photo of you dressed up, go to town, man. Get yourself dressed up. Get yourself all made up and go for it. Mama Maria, my pleasure. Do I recommend Wi-Fi for kids too? That's up to you. Some parents do it for the kids. Some people don't. But that's up to you. You have Princess Plus for you.
And bear in mind that those packages you have, if you log out of your device, you can allow your kid to log on using your account.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily unless you have to be on all the time, you can share a package.
You can. Yeah, you absolutely can. I ended up upgrading. Originally, I just got the one, but then I was at a point where I needed my phone and my computer on at the same time, so I upgraded, and it actually just switched to 4 devices at that point, so then Rebecca could get on.
Princess only has either 1 device or 4 devices.
What class is the Ruby Princess? What do they call it? The Jewel class? The Gem class? Jewel class? Something like that? Yeah. Good ship. We went on the Crown Princess, which I think is the same ship or very similar. Somebody's asking if we're doing any kind of a group cruise. Yes, actually we are. We're still booking for it. Thanksgiving, November 18th, 23. On the Valiant Lady for 8 nights. Oh my God, we're going to be on for 8 nights. And if you book before the end of March, they're still running a special now. You will get a $600 bar tab and you will get 50% off the second sailor. So yeah, again, if you click my logo, there's going to be a link to the group cruise. I need to update the webpage. The pricing is different now, but that's the one group cruise that we're booking so far. So any info on the MSC Europa? Unfortunately, I do not. Somebody took all the alcohol home from the suite, Is there turn down service? And if yes, how often? Most of the ships are doing away with that. I never quite understood that anyway, why we needed to have turn down service. But Princess,
He came.
he came in
He
from
came
time
in
to time.
and straight. No, he came in twice a day. But I
Yeah.
think in the evening he just kind of
straightened up.
removed the little runner thing at the bottom of the bed and fluffed up the pillows.
Yeah. Curious what everyone thinks of Carnival. I enjoyed it. Already been asked, but where on the ship is less seasickness? Down and towards the middle. That's why you'll see that all the restaurant, or most of the restaurants, most of the entertainment, most everything is on decks like 5, 6, 7, or 4, 5, 6, 7. That's where most of the action is on the ship, because that's the smoothest part of the ship. So middle and low is the smoothest part. 30 days, you're going to be on the Regal Princess. That's your favorite ship. What's our favorite ship? The one that I am on. So right now, it was the Sky Princess because we were just on it. But it'll be the Scarlet Lady in a few months, in 35 days. Norwegian Escape, I've answered a couple times. That's a really good one. How do you find a travel agent? You're talking to one right now. I am a travel agent, and I'm absolutely free, so I can help you out. That's how I found a travel agent. I became one.
But in general, ask your friends.
Yeah, if you have friends that travel, you can always ask them. I mean, I am serious. If you click the little logo, you can set up an appointment with me. I'd be happy to talk to you. Our services are free. But if you are looking for a travel agent, really just ask for friends. Referrals are the best way to find a good one, because when you call the cruise line, people are like, well, what's the difference between calling you and calling the cruise line? Price is the same, right? Well, the difference is, when you call a cruise line, they are going to make sure that you book on their cruise line, whereas I can present to you, Royal, Norwegian, Carnival, Disney. Royal Caribbean is not going to talk to you about any other cruise line. They're going to just keep working on you to get you on their ship, whereas I make sure you're going to get the best experience for you. Like some people have said, is Disney the best for families? Maybe. It might be. I don't know. So yeah, that's how you find a travel agent. Did you find out what the wings were for? No, I didn't. Oh, thank you so much. Look at all these people who talked about the cashing out. Thank you so much for that. Any idea if the cruise books a plane for me, I will sit with my son? No idea, but we did hear something interesting in the Ben and David vlog about the Celebrity Beyond, about how they booked their travel through Celebrity for the first time. We tend to be somewhat leery of that. We like to book it independently, but based on what they were saying, I'm going to look into this more. They said their flights got canceled and Celebrity reached out to them and ended up rebooking the whole thing in a better configuration for them to get over. So you can certainly request. I think they would try to put, especially if the son is
under 18.
Under 18, I think they're going to be required to put them next to you. So hopefully. Casino money, wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody. Celebrity Beyond, April 16th. Very jealous. You can take us with take us with you. I mean, Carnival Vista, ABC, or Celebrity Western. Yes. Here's a good one. If you really like snorkeling, Rebecca has read that Bonaire has among the best snorkeling in the world. So if snorkeling is really important to you, then it would be the ABC to go to Bonaire.
Can I just say, I saw this really funny story about some guy who's demanding a refund from his snorkeling expedition because it didn't specify that he had to be able to swim.
You're serious?
Yes. They're ready to sue the cruise line or whoever the tour operator was, because if you're going to go snorkeling, you need to be able to at least moderately swim.
Yeah. In fact, you should be able to swim if you're going to get into open water.
And generally, they will offer you either offer or require you to wear a
that's funny.
Life vest. Yeah,
that truly is funny. Now, there are things, like the Boss submersible in St. Thomas that we did. You actually ride on a scooter. So you just got to be comfortable at least getting in the water and putting your face under the dome. You don't necessarily need to know how to swim, but you just need to be able to move around and get to the dome. But that's just
that made
silly.
Me laugh.
That's silly. Glass blowing on solstice in Alaska. Yeah, it does cost money. Absolutely.
It depends on what your
we did a couple of goblets. So it just depends on what you're going to make.
The bigger things obviously cost more than the smaller things.
You just booked 14 days on the Island Princess. Oh, we were on the Island Princess. Love that ship so much. Oh, wow. You were stuck on the Equinox when COVID went down. That is not fun. Sky Princess Casino is very playable. Good deal. Great content. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hello, Shelly Short, I think it is. Is it closer to have a shuttle drop you off, or is it better to drive and park? Oh, that's a good question. So if you're driving in, so we now live in Florida, and even when we lived in Georgia, we would do it from time to time. We drive to all the ports that we can. We have found it about the same price and easier just to park our car at the port. Yeah, there is that whole park and shuttle thing, and we did that once or twice.
And with success in Port Everglades, less success in
Miami and
we haven't done it in Miami.
And Canaveral.
Yeah.
So we just find it easier now. Fort Lauderdale, actually, the price was cheaper than Port Canaveral. It was $105. We just parked there for a week with the Sky Princess. And when we went on the Mardi Gras back in March, it was like 135, 136. We just want to say
in Miami, it was like almost 200.
Yeah, Miami was ridiculously expensive, but it was literally like Terminal V for Virgin, parking garage right there. So we just did it. Is there a cruise that you would stay away from? Margaritaville at sea. I don't recommend it at all. I would not waste money on that. Carnival, don't go on the big. Yeah, go on the big ship. Absolutely. We went on the Carnival Mardi Gras. Fabulous. Tammy, you want a piece of? Well, I mean, if you don't want to go on a big ship, yeah, don't. But like we went on the Symphony of the Seas, amazing. We went on the Carnival Mardi Gras. We had a fabulous time. Now, some people just like the smaller ships. So, yeah.
And that's perfectly valid.
Somebody goes on a getaway in 12 days. First cruise, you need all the tips. Well, you're on the right channel on TikTok right now. I've got a playlist that says Cruise 101. There's a whole lot of little quick tips in there and things like that. But mainly on the getaway, there's a mojito bar on the ocean waterfront down on deck 7 or 8, whatever it is. That's my biggest tip for you. Find a mojito bar, grab a seat, enjoy the rest of your cruise. And that's also the ship that has the really wonderful dinner theater. So yeah, it's fabulous. If you are Premier and you go to private island, are the drinks and food included? The drinks,
yes. And I don't think they have any food on the island that is a fee for anybody. That's a fee.
I don't think they might.
They didn't when last time we were on it. That was a long time ago.
But pretty much every cruise line, if you have a drinks package and you go to their private island, their private resort, the drinks package follows you onto the island. Any info on celebrity solstice in Asia in 2024? I don't have any info offhand. How about Viking cruise? Yes. Viking ocean cruise is more or less all inclusive. It is all adults. I have my eye on a 33-day Grand Hawaii and Polynesia cruise in 2024 that I'd really like to take. But Viking, I mean, if you've tried everybody else or you're looking to step up, Azamara, Viking, really beautiful looking cruise line. I'm so honored that we actually represent Viking right now. It was like so cool when, I got the training all set up and I'm like, oh my God, we represent Viking now. Like one of the all-stars, one of the most amazing cruise lines out there. So yes, Viking, yes. You did, Stephanie did Princess in Alaska, so it was excellent and nice. I'm here, but missed that question. Sounds like it was about formal night. Yes.
Somebody made a comment on Carnival. Their drink packages don't work on the private islands. And that's mainly because, at least at the moment, they technically don't have any private islands. They borrow the one from Princess. They borrow the one from Holland America. So technically, it's not their private island.
It's not their island, right. And everything is not set up for them. So like they use the Holland Island, they use the Princess Island, everything's set up for those two cruise lines. But they're building one though, Grand Bahama. We just saw the aerial view of it. In fact, I did a TikTok, or no, I didn't do a TikTok. I shared it on social media, but there is a beautiful aerial view of what it's going to look like.
And we'll see what happens when they do that.
Yeah. Do you guys only book cruises? No, we book everything. Literally, we are sending clients all over the world on land tours. We're booking Disney vacations, Universal vacation, you name it. And one of the super cool things is, because we work under the IntelliTravel network, which is like 75,000 agents. We are such a big company. We have personal relationships with a lot of amazing tour operators that, oh my God, some of these tours that we can put together, and we can put together a custom itinerary. You tell me exactly what you want to do, exactly where you want to go, what you want to see. We will put it together, even like the sporting events. So you want to go to the Super Bowl? Yeah, we can send you to the Super Bowl. We've got a partner that does that. So we do everything. Is the food on MSC as bad as I hear? I don't know. We've not been on it yet. That's what we want to try out. Now, some people love it. Some people hate it. We need to go for ourselves and find out. Best kids camp on a cruise. Well, that's a good question. We don't have kids, but obviously Disney's going to be up there. So the ones that are family friendly, you're going to be NCL, Royal Caribbean, Disney, and Carnival. Those are going to be the 4. We've heard really good things about Princess too. We've heard excellent things about Princess as well. So we do not have children. I can't tell you which one is the absolute best. What we'd have to do is look at what they offer and what do you think your kids are going to like the most, and then that's the one we would choose to. Oh, and MSC has one too. MSC has a partnership with Lego. So maybe they're going to like the MSC one. So that's really a discussion between you and your client, or between you and your travel agent, to talk about, this is what I'm looking for my kids, or this is what my kids will like. And then we go ahead and find the kids camp that, okay, yep, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. Like I noticed on the Carnival Mardi Gras, they had some outdoor areas. On the Symphony of the Sea, they had some outdoor areas that were just for, the kids camp. So it just depends on what you're looking for.
And one thing to be aware of, all cruise lines divide up in different age groups. Some cruise lines are like really strict, and if you have one child who's in one age group and one who's in the next, they probably won't let them be together.
Yeah.
You can ask.
Right.
It might happen, but it might not.
So James is saying that the Carnival Panorama Cabana rooms are nice, exclusive area. We have heard on that Vista class that the Havana Cabana is really, really nice. If you don't know what that is, it's like it's almost like a family friendly, or it's an exclusive area that has a pool. It has some other things exclusive to it on the Carnival Vista class. Now they're also on the Mardi Gras and the Celebration. Folks who have been on the Vista class have said they don't like that setup as much. So, but yeah, we've heard a lot of good things about it. Well, thank you for reaching out for your next cruise. I appreciate it. Anybody who's working with it, I appreciate you all more than you will ever know. Best check-in time on NCL, early or late, less busy. We want to be on the ship the moment the gangway opens. That's our philosophy. You paid for that cruise. Let's get on the cruise.
But essentially, early or late are good. The middle is when it gets backed up.
Yeah, the middle is when it gets backed up. We accidentally got to the Sky Princess at right around 10 o'clock, and we weren't supposed to show up until 10:30. So we took our own sweet time. I was setting up all my blogging gear and everything, and we actually walked down to the terminal about 10:20. And we were already in a line of like 100 people, not realizing that, I have elite status, so we could have just bypassed the line and gone right to the front. That's what this little guy means. That this color means that I'm elite status, but doesn't matter. But yeah, early or late, it's the middle. Let's see. You booked air through NCL, and once it was booked, I was able to go into Delta and change seat. Oh, that's good to know. That is really good to know. When you booked flight through Princess, your son and I were not set together, and he was 12. That's rather surprising.
I have heard of things like that happening.
Yeah. Well, they do. They obviously try to book it the cheapest way possible. They always do. They always try to book it the cheapest way possible.
And I have to say, I'm a bit of a control freak, so I've always been kind of leery of letting the cruise lines deal with it. I'd prefer to make my own arrangements.
Cruise lines really want us to use them to book the flight so they can arrange all of it, but we still like to have control for our clients. So MSC has amazing pizza. Awesome. The Carnival Mardi Gras had amazing pizza. Princess had amazing pizza. Royal Caribbean, terrible pizza for Toronto's. But this Princess ship was kind of fun. They had the sliced pizza up at the top, and then they had Alfredo's Pizzeria, which was also included, but it was a sit-down restaurant. Really good. Best cruise deals now. There are just cruise deals all over the place. I have no idea what you're looking for. People ask me that all the time. What's the best cruise deal? I don't know. What are you looking for? Are you looking for adult only? You're looking for Caribbean? You're looking for Alaska? You're looking for Hawaii? You're looking for Europe? I don't know. I have no idea. First cruise tips. Well, the number one cruise tip is to get a travel agent to help you out. But you don't need to pack as much as you think you need. How about that? That's a really good first one. And make sure you fully understand what you need to bring with you. Have it out and ready at the terminal. Have it out. Don't be digging into your bags and trying to find stuff. When you walk up to the terminal, you want to have everything in your hand that you need to have in your hand. And each cruise line might be slightly different. So check their FAQ, check with your travel agent. Make sure you have that stuff in your hand ready to go. Embarkation sets the tone for the rest of the cruise, so
and
make sure
know
you're ready.
what is and is not included in your cruise, because nothing will make
Exactly.
you a little more upset if you think something's included and then it isn't.
And it isn't, yeah.
And go with the flow. That's our other big one.
Yeah, go with the flow. I know that every port stop is not guaranteed. Just like we missed Castamaya because the weather was too bad. The winds were too strong for the ship to come in. So you may have an extra sea day or two. Just go with it. Enjoy another ship day. And then I have a Cruise 101 whole playlist right here on TikTok. Go check through that. There's going to be a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of cruising tips on my YouTube channel as well. I've got stuff all over the place. Norwegian Encore, great ship. That's another breakaway class. Fantastic ship. Again, you're going to have probably decent main dining room food, but really good specialty dining, I think. So, oh, you meant distance for walking, not price for shuttle or driving. Well, that depends on the terminal and the cruise ship you're going to. We haven't really had any excessive walking from the parking garage to get to the ships. No. In fact, Princess had a lovely sky bridge going across. That was really nice. Carnival Mardi Gras had a bridge going from. So we haven't had any excessive. Florida, so. Yeah, we've only cruised out of Florida, so we haven't had any issues. Encore May, fabulous. Carnival Sunshine tips. I don't know anything about that particular class of ship. I know there have been some people who have really, really enjoyed it, but I can't give you much. If Maureen's still here, I think Maureen has cruised out of Charleston on that ship. But okay, so we talked about the Carnival drinks package because Carnival doesn't have an island. Yes, Encore is a fabulous ship. Which one has the best ADA? So nobody necessarily has the best ADA rooms. It's the newer ships have the better ADA rooms. Say 10 years older up to now, they're going to have even better. I would say the past 15 years is really where you want to be looking at the ship. But certainly anything that's 10 years or newer is what you're going to want to be looking at for the ADA compliance. So, and actually I haven't cruised out of
pretty much all cruise lines are, accessible for wheelchairs and scooters, but some just do a better job than others.
Celebrity Solstice seems a bit outdated. I have no idea why you're saying that. It's a beautiful ship.
We haven't been on that one.
Well, yeah, but we've been on the Silhouette and the Reflection and the Equinox. So it's basically the same ship. Yeah, I would totally recommend it. Yeah. We were on a cruise last week. Yes. Cruising around Australia. What would you recommend? I have not been to Australia yet. Has anybody been to Australia that can recommend things for Australia? That would be fun. Caribbean Princess first time cruiser. That was our first cruise. That was our first cruise almost 20 years ago. We did the premiere with the mini suite. I think you did excellent for your first cruise. Yes, you did really good. The mini suite is a great little class, and you probably don't need the premier package. You might want to go back and reconsider, maybe dropping back down to the plus, see if it's really worth that extra $40 a day for the two of you. For us, Princess Plus is more than enough. It drinks up to $15. And unless you really want that specialty dining thing, because keep in mind, specialty dining is like $35 a person, around there. So that's going to be $70 for one meal, whatever it is. I don't know. You definitely want Princess Plus. It's up to you whether you really need the Premier. Who do I recommend? I'm going to go a little faster now because we've been doing this almost 2 hours. For an Alaska cruise, it's going to be Princess and Holland America are the two that I recommend. What excursion do I recommend for Nassau? Our friend Stephanie loved the Margaritaville water park that's right there. There's a Margaritaville resort with a water park. She loved it. We generally don't get off the ship in Nassau just because there's not a whole lot that interests us. So we turn that into a ship day. We stay on the ship. Best Panama Canal cruise. Again, I'm going to go with Princess again. Princess does a fabulous job. We did that. Holland America does good ones. But pretty much like any ship, like if you're talking full transit, I think really any ship you can do a full transit and have a great time. But especially if you're talking about a partial transit, Princess for sure. Is there still a one-way Alaska cruise that ends in Anchorage? Yeah, oh yeah, there's tons of them. They start in Vancouver, end in Anchorage, start in Anchorage, go back to Vancouver. Yeah, Princess and Holland does them all day.
The port in Anchorage will be either Seward or Whittier.
Yeah.
But that's basically Anchorage.
Yeah, but Holland America and Princess are doing them all day, all season long. Let's see. We did Disney when your son was younger. After he turned 11, we switched to RCL because it is more. Yeah, well, as the kids get older, I would be looking the same thing, like Royal Caribbean, maybe Norwegian, because you got the Flow Rider on there. You got like more active thing. But then there's some kids that are like, man, we're still going on Disney because we love Disney. But yeah, that's kind of where I might go. What's on YouTube? Thoughts on celebrity? Yeah. You're going on for your first time on Thursday. So we like the raw on 5. Maybe it's called sushi on 5 on your ship. What's the French one called? The French restaurant was pretty good.
Wait, which one?
No, not on Celebrity.
Oh, Celebrity.
So I don't know, but the French restaurant was pretty good. We have not done the cuisine Le Petit Chef, but our friends loved it. So you're going to love the solarium pool if you really like to lay by the pool. The solarium pools are fabulous, but really fun. Oh, and don't miss the volleyball game, officers versus the guests. That's a lot of fun. So what's the good things about NCL? Entertainment and the specialty dining is really, really good on NCL, as is the waterfront area on the breakaway class. And I think they call it Ocean Boulevard on the Prima class. Love it. Love it. How's the Carnival Panorama? Have not sailed that particular ship. Haven't sailed the Vista class yet, but the Panorama is the largest of the Vista class ship. She looks absolutely stunning. So I don't know. Don't know anything specific about it, but I can tell you, obviously the guys' burgers are going to be on there. So some of those things. Main dining room on our Carnival experience was okay, but all the stuff you can get around the ship was a little better. What happens if you book a shore excursion, but you miss the port? So you need to make sure if you booked it through the cruise line, you don't have to do anything. It's automatically refunded. If you booked an independent excursion, you need to make sure that you have the contact information of that independent tour operator. Okay, because if you are going to miss a port, like it was announced in the morning at Costa Maya, we could tell we weren't in port, we were out at sea. You need to get in contact with those people and say, we're not coming in. And that's why it's very important to check the refund policy of the tour operator. Some of them are going to keep a deposit. Some of them are just going to keep all your money. You need to know this before you book. So you have to get in touch with them. Do I recommend booking air through a cruise line? Like Rebecca said, we like to have control of it. So we do that. Best Caribbean trip to include snorkeling, anything that had bone air would be good. You've been on 13 NGL cruises. You love them all. Great food. They have fabulous specialty dining. In my opinion, I think the MDR could do better, but everybody loves it. Everybody has a different opinion on food. Our princess ships wheelchair friendly. They are. And again, get them to newer. We booked a client on the Caribbean Princess. She was disappointed by some of the access points on the ship. So now that we know that, we would book her on a newer ship. But yes, Princess, like, the Royal class, like what we were just on, you got Sky Princess, Regal Princess, Royal Princess, Enchanted Princess. The newer ship, extremely wheelchair friendly. What would be a reasonable cruise cost? I mean, for an interior cabin, you could be looking at as low as $350 per person. For a balcony cabin, reasonable cost is like $1,000, $1,200 per person, kind of a thing. But it's all over the place. Cruising is dynamic. Every single week is a different price. Every different cruise line has a different price. The newer ships within the cruise line have a different price, and the length of the cruise also affects it. I mean, you can get on a cruise for $350 for 2 people for 3 nights or something like that. European river cruises I can't speak on directly because we have not taken one yet, but that is my plan. I'm hoping for 2024 we finally get out there. We can book you on the river cruises, but I have not personally been on any as of yet. I apologize. You cruised out of Charleston, small ship. Good. You had a good time. Any info on Mississippi River cruises? So we represent Viking and American Cruise Line. So American Cruise Line, I thought they were only the Mississippi River, but they are many rivers throughout the United States. Plus, they are the East Coast up in the New York City area. They go around Florida, the South, and even Alaska, with I think 170, maybe 200 passengers on their ship. Very, very small ship. So haven't been on one of those yet either. Got to get on one of them soon too. But if you'd like more information about them, certainly reach out. American Cruise Lines, I have a really good working relationship with them already. Really, really nice folks. Really cool little boats. And like I said, they do Alaska. They do a completely different Alaskan itinerary than the big ship. Now, they are more expensive because they're smaller ships. But if you're looking for something totally done. Maybe you've done Alaska a few times, looking for something totally different. We got Hurtigruten Expeditions, and then we got a American Cruise Line too. So Disney was your first cruise 15 years ago. Who should we look for our next cruise? Family of 4. You're going to look at Disney, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and Norwegian. Those are the 4. So it depends on what you're looking for your family. You got to work with a travel agent and make sure you match up food, activities, excursions, itineraries with what your family is looking for. Those are the 4 cruise lines that I'm going to start with, maybe MSC as well, depending on what you're looking for. And then we just got to match up the ship and the excursion with what you guys are looking for. Seabourn Quest. Yes, I would love to go on to Seabourn Quest. Have not been on it yet, but I would love to. Seabourn is an amazing cruise line with everything they offer. Have not been on her ships yet, but if you'd like to talk about it, absolutely would be glad to help you out. Princess and Holland have been doing Alaska very, very long time. Hawaii, what international port? That's usually Ensenada is the one, and it does not look like a very pretty port. I would make it a ship day. So for sure. How can a law enforcement family afford a Disney cruise? I have no idea.
They do. I was trying to do a search on that.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I missed some of your. But they apparently do offer some discounts. I couldn't find exactly how you go about it. I could find the military ones more easily, but it's probably going to be something similar. You're going to have some sort of proof, probably fill out some paperwork and file some paperwork before the cruise. But
I have to do some more research. MSC has something right now too for civil servant. They have law enforcement, civil servant, even doctors, nurses, medical profession. They have a whole laundry list of folks that can get a discount. I think up to 10% off. Teachers can get up to 10%.
Although I will say with Disney, it does seem like it's only certain cruises, even with the military discount. It's always, not every cruise.
Yeah, even with MSC, it's always select cruises. It's not every single cruise. So, Shelly, I'm glad I was helpful.
Murano. That was
Murano. That's the other restaurant. Yeah.
The French restaurant on.
Best Celebrity Beyond Retreat tips have only sold Disney. So we haven't been up in the retreat. We generally hang out in the solarium, which is absolutely amazing.
Is for suites only.
Yeah, it's for suites only anyway. So if you're booked in a suite, you're going to love it. I can tell you that. Big, beautiful sun deck. Really, really nice. But if you sail Disney, honestly, it's going to be somewhat of a similar experience, just in the sense of a service you're going to get. The celebrity service is right up there with Disney, I would say, as is Virgin Voyages.
And I will say the nice thing about the Edge class retreat areas is they actually have a small pool, whereas the other ships just have hot tubs.
Yeah. Any such thing as a cruise time? Not a time. You can now live on a cruise ship. There are multiple cruise ships you can live on. Thank you for the Murano. Adult only cruise ship. The 2 that you've really got to choose from is Viking and Virgin Voyages. Virgin Voyages is amazing. I don't have any thoughts specifically on a Carnival Glory. I can tell you we went on to Mardi Gras and had a fabulous time. Thermal area, does it have windows? Princess Royal. I can tell you on the Sky Princess, it did not. Sky Princess, it was a very relaxing room, but no windows in the thermal suite. Some do. Like I think NCL had windows.
I want to say when the time we did the Aqua class on Celebrity,
I think they had
the heated lounger part had windows.
Yeah.
Not the steam rooms or any of that, but the heated loungers did.
Yes, Viking ships are beautiful. Thoughts on the Icon of Seas? Looks like a hell of a lot of fun. It really does. You just got off Solstice. Yay. Panorama was good. Yeah, I think the Panorama just got renovated recently. Would I happen to know what Oasis class will be sailing out of Fort Lauderdale next year? I do not. I don't know, like offhand, which one. And usually they rotate a couple of ships. Like Galveston right now has the Allure of the Seas. She's going to rotate out with the Harmony of the Seas. So usually it's like part of a season, one ship is there, and then they'll rotate it out for another. You were just on a Reflection. Lovely ship. You're going to the Bahamas for your first time on Norwegian. In the Dominican, what's a good excursion? I mean, I don't know what you like. So, there's always things like, they have their zip lining. Sometimes they'll have a food tour. Sometimes they have a cultural walking tour. I don't know. We tend to look for a food tour first. That's always our thing. If there's a food tour, great. If not, I like anything that goes fast. You'll be cruising through your playlist. Thank you. I see somebody's asking about, so if just because I don't answer a question, you don't have to keep asking it. I've got like 50 questions down here, so I'm working through. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna be on the Royal Princess Saturday, 10th anniversary. Oh, you're doing a vow renewal. That's exciting. That's what I want to do. I want to do my 30th. Can you get a cruise out of Vancouver if you had a felony? I have no idea. You're gonna have to check on the travel restriction. Used to work on board ACL. Awesome. Best adult cruise line Virgin Voyages is fantastic, or Viking, of course. Icon as your first royal cruise. That is going to, I don't know, it might almost overwhelm you for your first royal cruise. I don't know. I would go on an Oasis class ship, probably, if you really want to do that. Yep, military IDs. What is the senior age for discount? Now, 55 plus, but not every cruise.
Actually, very, very few cruises.
Yeah, because so many people are 55 plus. It really doesn't come into play that much. What comes into play more is like Florida resident, Georgia resident, New York resident, Texas resident. Like if you live in the state where the cruise port is, that comes into play much more than being 55 plus.
And everybody does offer something for military.
Yeah. Yeah, and teacher discounts, yes.
Occasionally for certain cruise lines.
No, for MSC.
Oh, MSC.
MSC, yes, they have teacher discounts.
I've seen it on Celebrity too.
Yeah, and Norwegian has this deal now where they actually marry your military ID directly to your latitude number, makes it super easy. So when I book a cruise for you, I enter your latitude number, 10% is supposed to immediately come off the cruise, so long as it is, a cruise that qualifies for it.
Most other cruise lines, you're going to have to do paperwork every time.
Yeah. How late is casino open on the last night? Generally up until like within a half an hour of getting to whatever line, the international line. So let's see. Anything? Oh, I think I'm almost to the end. All right. And a medical discount. I'm at the end of the questions right now, everybody. That's amazing. And we've been going for 2 hours. I'm going to have to wrap this up. I hope I got to everybody's question. I think so. Over on YouTube, it looks like I got to everybody's question. So, wow, we've been going for 2 hours. If you all would like to reach out to me, thank you. Thank you. I think I'm great. I have to keep reminding Rebecca that I'm great, but thank you for saying that. We do this every Sunday at 10:30 Eastern time, and sometimes we'll pop up. And of course, I've got my YouTube channel. We've got a lot of stuff on the TikTok channel. If you would like to reach out to me, we would love to work with you on a cruise. You can click the icon on TikTok, and it'll take you to the link that will show you how to get to our calendar and all that good stuff. For those of you watching over on YouTube, it's in the description. Certainly reach in over there. So we would love to help you all with a cruise, with a travel, with a theme park, with anything. But most of all, thank you all for keeping all of this positive. Thank you for hanging out with me and Rebecca.
And bear in mind, next Sunday is the time change. So
it's a time change next week. We have to spring forward?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's the time change in the wrong way. So next Sunday is the time change. So everybody on TikTok, everybody on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your Sunday wherever you are in this amazing world. And we'll see you next Sunday, all right? All right. We're going to see you guys really, really soon.